And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's your boy Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one today. Another epic VeVe live stream. Today we just have one drop, but we do have a big drop today. We have Star Wars issue number 1. Shout out to everyone joining the live stream today. We got Jerry in here early. We got Bobby Green. We got Diego. We got JT. We got Austin. Shout out to the whole fam joining today. I think today's going to be a big one. There's a couple things I want to go over. We got a couple of great videos to go over today. And then we have my boy Tyler Gear, VeVe Chus, coming over post-drop today to talk about his VeVe experience, his drop day today. I wanted to have him on a little bit before, pre-drop, for the drop. Couldn't locate the Wi-Fi passwords in time. So, you couldn't kind of, with Star Wars dropping something this big, a lot of times, you want to make sure you have the best connection possible. So we're going to, rerun it, and he's going to be over for a bunch of different drops in the future. But he's going to be joining us post-drop today. Shout out to everyone joining today. I'm going to be going over some of these details right now of this comic drop. I think today's going to be a good one. We have Star Wars issue number 1. We have a couple of different things going on today. It's not your typical edition count. So, I think this is going to be a great one. We have the common here, a whole bunch of different covers. We got the uncommon for the first time in a while. I think people are going to go crazy for the uncommon. This is the Star Wars poster as the actual cover. I think this is going to do really well in the marketplace, secondary marketplace. I think people are going to be excited for this one. Hoping to grab one of these. We got the rare cover. Love the look of the rare. Love the look of the ultra rare even more. I would love to get one of these on the drop, the ultra rare. And of course, we got the secret rare cover today. I think all of them look amazing. I think this is going to be one of those comics to where I think people will try to get the full set of all these covers. Let's break down the edition count. So for this one, it's not your typical 30,000 edition count. We have 44,219 total editions of these. Now for the common, there's 19,771 editions. The uncommon, there's 14,544 editions. So again, pretty high for these two, but I think they're going to be super popular. That's probably why they made a pretty big amount of them. Then we have the rare, 5,422. We have the ultra rare, 2,505 of these. So a little bit more than the ultra rares that we've seen. And the secret rare is 1,977. The other thing that's different about this one is that these are $15. We've seen a typical $7 blind box price, but today we have $15. We did start the stream a little early today. There's a couple of longer videos, so I wanted to give us a little bit of time. Plus, I'm excited today. So it was enough waiting around. I wanted to get things started. But definitely interesting. We've been used to 600 editions for your typical standard comic book run. And so this one is even more editions, 1,977. But again, I don't think that's going to matter that much, especially long term, because of the popularity. Now, there's a big debate continuing, it's continuing to go on in the community. I think it will continue to go on as we continue into this whole digital collecting space as years go on, right? Probably go on for decades. But the big debate is what's going to matter more, scarcity or popularity? Now, I think a combination of both will really matter. Something that's really popular that is also scarce. I think that's going to, be the biggest factor. But I think over time, popularity will lead to scarcity. So for me, I'm more of a fan of something that's everybody's a fan of, that there's a lot of demand for, as opposed to taking something that there isn't much demand for and just making it very, very rare. I think over time, like I said, popularity will start to cause scarcity as more and more people get into the digital age, the digital collecting experience. So definitely an interesting breakdown. I like the fact this is $15 because it's showing that they're putting a premium on Star Wars comics, just a Star Wars brand. Not sure if that's kind of an experiment. Probably is a little bit of both, a little bit of an experiment. Plus the fact that this is Star Wars, this is Star Wars issue number 1. So I think it may not be the most extreme valuable Star Wars comic there is, but I think this is going to be a big deal. For those that may say it's Star Wars number 1, there's more expensive Star Wars comics, etc. Yeah, there may be. But I think on the blockchain, on VeVe, this is the first ever Star Wars comic. So I think this will be a big deal for sure. Z Brito, let's go. How we doing, fam? What time are the rebounds? Still 4, 8, 12, etc.? I'm not 100% sure on that, Bobby Green. I haven't been going for rebounds. I believe it is still probably the 4-minute mark. I've heard 2-minute mark. I'm not positive. I should probably do a little bit better job on the rebounds myself, but I usually just go for the drop. I've been lucky enough to grab them on their original drop, so hopefully that continues today. Good luck, guys. I really hope we see a lot of dubs on the chat today. Special numbers possibly mean things too. Absolutely, Ronnie Lido. So anytime you get, say the last mint of the comic book, last possible mint, special number, those are going to be a premium. Absolutely. I definitely think so. How we doing, fam? Good luck on the drop, dude. Thank you, and you too as well. Ronnie Lido. I did start the stream a little early today. I was waiting around. I said, you know what? Let's get the party started today. We got Star Wars, right? Star Wars issue number 1. Season 3 OG. Let's go. Let's go, guys. I think this is going to be a great one. We got Brennan Z in the building. The man always beats Scarcity. I believe this too, Jerry. I think in the short term, we could see maybe, some scarce items, do extremely well, have a huge high floor. But over time, I definitely agree. I think the demand, the popularity, it'll cause scarcity over time. We got Kelvin in the building. How we doing, brother? How we doing, my man? You excited for today's drop or what, brother? I want 1138. Special number editions mean something. I'm very aware mint numbers are significant. Yep, absolutely. It is interesting. Let's take another look at this. Because these are definitely a little bit different than normal. 19,771 common. Definitely an interesting total amount of mints, right? Same with the 44,219 total editions. Each one kind of has a unique, edition count. Definitely something to take notice of. Everyone wants 1977. Yeah, that would be insane if you guys can land that. Do you think we could possibly hit more than one on the drop? I think we've been spoiled and we're about to go right back to the craziness. Brendan Z, great question here. That's a good point to touch on. I think a lot of people have been kind of getting used to getting multiple comics, going for that quick gate. But I think today is a little bit different. I don't think we're going to be able to get multiple unless maybe you're on, 2 phones or something like that. But I think for the people that have one phone and trying to go quick gate, I think you'd be fortunate and blessed to be able to get 2 comics today. I'm only going to go for 1. I don't think I wouldn't be able to go for 2. I just want to be able to see the mint number. So I'm kind of relying on that. If you guys are able to get 2 and I'm wrong about that, then shout out to everyone who's going for multiple because I think that will be a steal for sure. I'm going to try to, at least get some of these rarities in the marketplace. Ultra rare, secret rare if it comes out cheap enough. And even the commons and the uncommons, I don't think the uncommon is going to be close to retail. I think a lot of people understand the uncommon is pretty important. A little bit higher of an edition count than I expected for that one. So maybe it comes out pretty low of a price. And if it does, I'll definitely be grabbing duplicates of that one if I can. A 3-digit common I'm going to try to absolutely score before they run up too much. How can I not be excited for the first Star Wars comic? That's a fact, Kelvin. So, yeah, BZ, I don't think we're going to be able to get multiple. I think we're right back in the craziness. Or I think we're definitely going to have to go Rhythm Gate, Tap Gate, JD Gate, whatever you guys want to call it. I will be going over, just once again, to refresh memories, strategy on how you can actually time it by clicking a little bit before you see the buy now pop up. I think if you can time it perfect on this one, it'll definitely be clutch. I hope to mint 3. Shout out to Goran ACD. I think anyone who mints multiples on these will be extremely fortunate, very lucky. Praying for a green truck. We got Pray Gate going on today. Prayer Gate. We got December Bitcoin in the building. I saw someone share a Discord screenshot of Bot Group being active on this one. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter too. So let's pray that the VeVe team, the Comic team, has put in their, whatever they got to do to kind of block out a lot of them to prevent it. I'm sure we won't be able to prevent every single bot that's happening, but hopefully the measures that they've taken have helped out a lot. Loving the ultra rare cover myself too. I just want to get to some comments before I dive into some videos today. We got Comics and Crypto. We got VeVe in 3. Then we got the drop happening. And then right after the drop, my boy Tyler Gear's coming on over today. We're going to be going over a little interview, just not even really an interview, kind of just a lay back, kind of VeVe and chill talk, kind of go over his experience, let you guys know when he joined VeVe, how he found VeVe, what his thoughts are on the current marketplace, sentiment, and everything like that. So we're going to dive into that after the drop. Again, like I said, I wanted to have him on for the drop, but we couldn't locate my Wi-Fi password in time. My mom's working right now. She isn't sure exactly where she put the Wi-Fi password. Kind of remembers it, but we just didn't want to risk it for a big Star Wars drop. So he's coming on over right after the drop. And then to test out to see if my internet, my Wi-Fi is OP or not, I think I'm going to bring him on, next week. And we're going to be doing a few different drops together. I think the Uncommon is going to do amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Kelvin, I think this is going to be a big deal. Let's hope that most people kind of sleep on it and think it's not that big of a deal. All right. Shout out to my coffee gators out there today. Let's jump into these videos. We got a good hodl or sell video today from Comics and Crypto. A little bit different than usual, but it's pretty funny. I like it. It's good, breakdown. It's good little Star Wars pump up video.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hodl or Sell, where we'll be breaking down the history of one of the most famous comic movie tie-ins. In the end, we will let you know if we plan to hodl or sell. As always, this is not financial advice, but purely for entertainment purposes only. Also, if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button to receive updates on all our content. This video is sponsored by Elite Comics 11. Instagram's #1 community-powered comic sales page. This Wednesday, May 4th, we are getting Star Wars. Give me those Star Wars. Nothing but Star Wars. Don't let them end. That's right, Star Wars #1. Story by Roy Thomas, with art by Howard Chaykin, and cover by Howard Chaykin and Tom Palmer. On a cool, overcast morning in San Francisco, California, a young filmmaker named George Lucas sat in his office in 1971 and began the first early concepts for his Flash Gordon-inspired space epic. He would continue to refine and hone in on his creation, facing backlash, criticism, and even losing his voice to supreme stress hypertension while on the set of his new movie. Despite everything, on May 25th, 1977, the world would be introduced to a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars became one of the biggest blockbuster films in history, earning $775 million worldwide. Adjusted for inflation, Star Wars: A New Hope, as it would later be called, is the second highest grossing film of all time. George Lucas had done the impossible. But his ability to see further into the future than anyone else gave him a very lucrative advantage: exclusive rights to merchandising.
Merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
In 1975, Stan Lee was approached by Lucasfilm to adapt Star Wars for the comics. Like many others before, Stan Lee at first said no. However, after the film's release, they all agreed to adapt the film for Marvel Comics. The first editions would hit shelves on April 12, 1977, and it would become one of the top-selling titles in 1979, and even helped Marvel stay alive through the late 70s. It cannot be stated enough just how much Star Wars changed not only an industry, but the entire world. It has created a genre in and of itself, and one of the most passionate followers. No matter your age, there is something for everyone in Star Wars, comics included. According to Go Collect, Star Wars #1 as a 9.8 grade is currently valued at $6,000, with a 90-day average sale of $6,092. For my final verdict, I give this book a hodl. Star Wars #1 possesses the historical and pop cultural value that Star Wars fans will love for generations. We are not only excited for the original cover of the common, but all of the variants are incredibly exciting. Sean especially loves the Uncommon, which contains a cover of the original Star Wars poster. And I agree, it's pretty awesome. As an investor, this comic is actually very valuable in the real world, especially the very rare 35-cent variant of this comic. While at first glance the prices might not seem that high for such a historic comic, keep in mind that well over 100,000 of these were printed and sold within the first few years alone. If we are successful on drop day, not only will we hold for the long term, but we will also be looking to snag good deals on the open market. Good luck, and may the force be with you.
Let's go. Great video. I know I'm hyped. I got the chills, I think, watching that one, and I'm not even, the biggest Star Wars fan there is, so I can only imagine what the Star Wars fans out there are feeling right now. I know I'm excited. I'm hoping for 3-digit common. I'm hoping for that 3-digit uncommon, too. If I just land an uncommon, that'd be great, but I want to try to get a 3-digit uncommon. And then even a secret rare, ultra rare. I'm trying to get every single rarity. I don't know if I have the gems right now for it, so I will be adding in to capitalize on this moment. Let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite cover? What are you guys hoping for? Are you guys hoping for that ultra rare, secret rare, maybe the uncommon, maybe you want that original cover? That's, again, why I love those common 3 digits, because a lot of people want the original cover. And kind of separate yourself from all those additions, you go with the 3-digit. There's not that many of them. But I think the secret rare of this one will do amazing. I think the ultra rare, I think all the rarities are going to do great on this one because they're all kind of unique. They're all a little bit different. And they all look amazing. I think I'll at least get one. Solid move, Ronnie Lido. Secret rare vibes today. Okay, Kelvin, let's go. I hope, man. I hope a lot of people in the chat today at least just get one. I want to see a lot of dubs. If we get, some kind of crazy rarity or crazy mint number, that's just a bonus today. Practice that tap gate this morning. I may have to go, through a couple rounds, get my rhythm back. I haven't done it in a little bit, so I may have to go through a couple rounds with you guys on the live today. If you guys don't know what tap gate is, tapgate.io, Nexus and It's Wonderful from the community. They both made that website, and it's just a great way to practice these drops. Practice the timing mechanism. And I try to go on that secret rare timing just because you win if you get it. I think it's 0.5 milliseconds, 0.50, which is pretty fast. You got to be, but I think it's definitely going to help you get one today. Star Wars did save Marvel. Yep. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Jerry. I would say maybe not every rarity will go down, but some of the prices may go down after the hype's gone. Maybe we see some collectibles dropping, right? I think this could be kind of like a month for Star Wars, which is going to go insane as soon as we start seeing the collectibles drop. I think they want to kind of start off Star Wars month with the first ever comic book because that's, as David Yu says, that's the OG, right? So to me, it makes sense that they started that off with the comic. There's a lot of predictions. A lot of you guys called it. A lot of you guys thought it was going to start with the comic book, issue number 1, and you guys were right, 100%. I need secret rare because I'm more investor than collector. Yeah, I think the secret rares will do great. The book will be too expensive today in the secondary. I mean, it's a great, valid argument right there, Jerry. I do think there's going to be extra hype about this book right now. Prayer Gate, Simone, you already know. Simone, wishing you the best. Ken Penguin, good morning. Good morning. Tito thinks everyone's going to get 2 to 4 each. Interesting. I don't think we're going to get that many. But maybe I will try to go for a second one. A lot of people are thinking you're still going to be able to get multiples. So maybe I will. Maybe I will at least try to go for quick gate. The only reason why I didn't want to go for that is because I wanted to at least see the mint number. But I think it'd be more valuable to try to get at least 2 of them than to see the mint number. Could you explain how people get multiple comics on one drop? At what point do you cancel out? Absolutely. Maelstrom, great point here. I'll definitely go over that. So for the drop, a lot of people have been wondering how you get multiples. And in a little bit, I'll go over my drop strategy too. Or maybe I'll go over it right now. All right, so how you get multiples? People are calling this quick gate. So this is what we did in the very beginning when we first started getting these comic books. As soon as you click buy now and you get that screen to come up to confirm, you're going to want to confirm that purchase. But one thing you want to do is look at your gem account. Say you had 200 gems in your account, right? And you go to hit confirm buy now, and as soon as it takes out the $7 or the $15 in this case, so you're at 185. As soon as you see your gem wallet go to 185 and takes those gems out, that's when you can click exit and come back to the screen and click buy now and get another one. So instead of clicking buy now, clicking confirm and waiting until you get that green truck screen, you can actually exit out as soon as you see your gems taken out of your wallet. Now, if you click confirm and you exit out before you get those gems taken out, you may not lock one in. So you do have to hit buy now, hit the confirm button, and then look at your gem balance. Once you see it takes out those gems, you can exit out really quick. That one's going to be locked in, and then you can go back and buy another one. So that's kind of what people are calling quick gate. That way you can get multiple comics that way. How we doing, Chris? How we doing, brother? Good luck today, my man. Wow, okay. So Haman said, I've never landed a secret rare comic, and I have been here for every comic drop, so hopefully today is the day to land. Same here. Let's hope today is the secret rare day for us. Now, when I say that, a lot of people are saying, Johnny, what are you complaining about? You've gotten plenty of secret rares. Again, I'm not complaining. I have been blessed with so many secret rare collectibles. That's where my secret rares came from. It wasn't a blind box besides the Black Panther. Black Panther was my first ever secret rare out of a blind box. That was a collectible blind box. But you guys know my secret rare Spidey, secret rare Captain America, I got those on the drop. And those were before we even had the blind box. You were actually the old school method where you could pick your individual rarity. So I've gotten blessed with plenty of great rarities on collectibles. And even on comics, I've gotten plenty of ultra rare comics out there. But today, hoping for that secret rare would be the first secret rare comic for me. I was thinking maybe they're saving until the DC comics drop. But today, the first ever Star Wars comic, I would love to get the secret rare on this one. Hopefully you get one too. Land that first ever secret rare on the comic today. I'm going to be going over my strategy right now, I think, too. Basically on how you get these drops so consistently, and on the drops that are really, really hard to get, the ones that sell out immediately. I'm going to break down, once again, on how I'm able to kind of time these drops. So I'm going to act like there's 0 minutes left for this drop. There's 44 minutes and 57 seconds. Let's just act like there's 0 minutes left and 54 seconds. So again, the buy now button pops up 1 second after 0. So there's going to be people that's way here, see the buy now button, and then click. I'm actually clicking before I even see the buy now button. Now, what that means is I'm going to stay in rhythm with the countdown. I count out loud maybe like 10 or 5 seconds left to get in rhythm with the countdown. That way, you can predict 1 second after 0 based on the countdown. I'm starting my press like slightly before I see buy now, because by the time I click and then my thumb or finger gets to the buy now button, it should be perfect timing. Let me just go over an example right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. By now. That might have been perfect right there. Now, again, I'm starting my press slightly before I see the buy now button, because by the time it gets there, it's going to be perfect timing if you time it right. Again, I like to use a sports analogy. I think of being like a quarterback. And if you have a timing route with the wide receiver, you're going to throw the ball to the wide receiver slightly before he's open, because by the time the ball gets there, he's going to be open. Like if you had a quick slant, a timing quick slant route with the wide receiver, 3 steps up and he's going to break over the middle. As a quarterback, you're not going to sit there and wait until he's waving, I'm open, and then throw it to him. It's probably going to be too late by then. So you have a timing route with him. As soon as he hits his 3rd step, before he even looks, I'm throwing the ball, because by the time the ball gets there, it should be perfect timing. So I think of that just like these drops. I'm going to start right before I see the buy now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Buy now. Perfect. And again, I count out loud to stay in rhythm with that countdown. 3, 2, 1, 0, buy now. And so when you know the buy now pops up 1 second after 0, you can kind of have a guess, an estimate when to click. Now, if you have really, really slow thumbs, as people would say, slow reaction time, you're just going to want to start a little bit sooner. This will be the case every month. So, Jason, I think a lot of it's going to, start to change once there's more liquidity. Right now, there's just a lack of liquidity. That's why a lot of people have to, sell the previous drop for this new drop. Then when this one, gets an old width, people sell this drop for the next new one. Until we start seeing more liquidity, I think it could still happen. Now, I think, Jason, some things that are going to help add liquidity to the VeVe market are things like the VeVe website. So now, instead of it being a limit of 600 gems at a time and get hit with those Apple fees, people can then enter, an almost unlimited amount of gems without getting that Apple fee. And they can add it all in at once. Because you got to think, if someone had 20 grand that they want to invest, they're not, it's not logical to enter 600 gems at a time and get hit with fees every single time. So they probably use the web app to enter in 20, 30, 50 grand. And then that way it would provide a lot more liquidity to the VeVe app that way. And this is all before crypto. I always say this is VeVe BC. I forget who exactly came up with that, but whoever came up with that, amazing, amazing word, because it's true. This is VeVe BC, before crypto. Once people can start converting their OMI, or start connecting their wallet and convert ETH to OMI, or even just use OMI to start shopping on a lot of these collectibles. I think that kind of stuff will start increasing the liquidity big time. I would say we're VeVe BC and OMI BC before Coinbase, right? In 2 weeks' time, I think Darth Vader and Obi-Wan will be out. Could be 7-1. I think before May 25th, we could see that happening. And because of that, I mean, Jason, this month definitely could be a whole gem squeeze the entire month. Oh, yes, this will be May of Star Wars, so I'm definitely pacing myself. Remember, Golden Moments, the best one came at the end. Absolutely. Shout out to Goran, because I think this is very similar to those Golden Moment drops back in November when we saw the first ever Disney collectibles, and then we saw Walt Disney at the very end of that. So I do think this could, be similar. Absolutely. Woo! Good day, December did not miss the drop today. Hey, JD, good morning, fam. Today, you're going to need those fast fingers, time gate. I'm seeing a lot of buy activity ready to go for today's drop. Yeah, unfortunately, we did see a lot of that stuff kind of on Twitter. I think people are kind of low-key in those Discords, which is good because, you got to have some undercover people trying to figure out what's going on, right? So I think there were some screenshots that surfaced about a lot of bots trying to attack this drop, which, who knows? Maybe we see it all month. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens with this one. Hopefully the VeVe team has a lot of things in place to kind of prevent that stuff. How we doing, Horror Go? Good luck as well. We share the secret to bless the drop. Facts. The longer you go without hitting secret rare, the closer you get to hit the secret rare. Interesting take. I know some people, Austin, that's the way it feels for a lot of people. And then some people, first time joining, crazy luck, get the secret rare. I've talked to people where they said their friends, first time drop ever, they got the Marvel Comics #1 secret rare. Like, can you imagine that? Your first ever VeVe drop? Someone tells you to join and go for a drop. You put in $7 and you get that. Crazy, right? Life-changing. Billy the Kid, that's going to sell out instantly? I would say Star Wars #1 issue. I think it will. I mean, if it doesn't, maybe we'll be blessed to be able to try to get 2 of them. I think I am going to try to go for quick gate, try to get 2 of these. Let's see. How much time we got? 38 minutes to the drop. We also got another video I want to go over real quick from VeVe3 once again, crushing it with the content. Envy Assassin. FA Rare Spider-Man or FA Golden Moments Iron Man. I love the Golden Moments. It's really hard for me to pass up the Golden Moments. Absolutely love all the Disney Golden Moments, especially from that first week ever. But if you're talking about the Rare Spider-Man, the one with the secret rare in that set, that's the first ever Marvel NFT. The first ever Marvel digital collectible. I think that'll be big time. All those rarities, the common through the secret rare will go crazy, I think. Which is part of history. But the first ever, wave, the first ever season, as people are calling it, the Golden Moments. Man, I love either one. Maybe lean in the FA Rare Spider-Man, though, in this one. One of the few times I would say not a Disney Golden Moment, just because you have the first ever Marvel NFT. But I think either way you go is pretty solid. TY saying Iron Man. Yeah, it's a tough one right there. I think that's a great question. FA Rare Spider-Man, FA Golden Moment Iron Man. Like I said, I love the Golden Moments. I think that's one of the safest plays, not financial advice. Not a financial advisor. My opinions only. But both of them are going to be solid. I like the rare because of the pose in that one. I think the pose is going to, give it a little bit of a boost compared to some of like the uncommon and stuff like that. But if I had to choose one, man, it'd be hard not to choose the FA Iron Man Golden Moment, especially just because there's one of them and there's different rarities of the Spider-Man. If you could get like a common Spider-Man FA mixed with the Iron Man, maybe that's the play. So that way you have a little bit of both. Or if the uncommon's a little bit cheaper. I love them both, though. Good morning, TY. Honestly, when you start your press right before you see by now, it feels like when you shoot right before your scope is aimed in Call of Duty. Wow, Simone. What an analogy. And you get that kill, baby. Wow, I never even thought about it like this. I've never been the best Call of Duty player. I did play Warzone Season 1 just because it was new. I think it was when the pandemic was happening. I got into it, had a lot of fun with my friends, had a great time. But I was never the best at it. But that's actually an amazing analogy right there. Maybe that's why I love it so much, too, because it does feel insane. If anyone's ever timed the drop where you just click once and you time it perfectly, where you're clicking slightly before you even see by now and you just happen to time it, I don't know what it is, but there's not many feelings in the world that beat that feeling. I think it's one of the best feelings in the world. It's definitely like a high on life feeling because, one, you get the drop, especially if it's some kind of crazy rarity or a mint number. But the fact that you only pressed it once and you timed it perfect, there's a lot of room for error in that. But when you do time it, it feels amazing. So, Simone, I kind of agree with that. It's almost like a no scope, right? Force Gate. May the fourth be with you. Shout out to Alex. May the force be with us all. That's a fact. More buys meaning more comics will probably be locked up. Hey, that's actually an interesting take right there, December. Never even thought about it like that. But if they do hit this drop and somehow they get through the VeVe prevention walls, I'll say, that could be an interesting take right there. And I would agree. I would say, yeah. I mean, if the bots are getting it and then eventually they get disabled, there's going to be a lot of these comics locked up to where the circulation of supply of these would be a lot less than what you see right now. So if the commons come out under retail for this drop, I'm definitely going to be grabbing some. Because for the people that weren't here, I mean, I'm not saying this is the exact same thing as Marvel Comics #1. There's a lot of differences. But just to go to show that, an amazing, iconic piece of history drops. The first comic ever. The first ever Marvel comic. Marvel Comics #1 drops. As historic as that comic is, dropping on VeVe, we opened the secondary market and it was $1.99. So, and, the smart money was buying it all up. And that same comic book went up to $600. So, again, not comparing it, saying it's the exact same thing. There's a lot of differences. But just goes to show that anything can happen because in a historical moment like that still was under retail. So we'll see what happens with this one. Top of the morning, JD and VeVe fam. Check it out. David, you said one per household, y'all. No stacking these. What? Is that what he said on his Instagram? Because I saw he just posted something. I didn't even really get a chance to read it. I just looked at it and just liked it. I think he's probably kidding with that, right? One per household? You mean one per account? Calm you shall keep, and carry on you must. Yuta. Please only one comic per household. What? I wonder if that is kind of well, that'd be perfect timing for my boy not coming over with the same Wi-Fi password. But I think that's a joke. I think he's kind of kidding around with that one. So you probably will be able to stack these still. But shout out to Punch for tuning in today. Appreciate you, Jimbo Lee Lingo. Loving the name. Loving the name. Good luck, everyone. We don't know when season 4 starts exactly, Andy. I'm going to guess, though, it's got to be in May. Maybe May 26th type thing, right? But people are pretending they didn't read this. I didn't read it either, Punch. Kenobi trailer is out. Like I said, I think he's kind of kidding around. I doubt he's serious about that, Punch. I think he's just kind of kidding around, saying like how valuable this is going to be, like stick to one so everybody can get one type thing. But he said it on his Twitter too. Good to know. Good to know. Maybe I'll check out his Twitter, see if it's any different. But the Instagram post looked like he was kidding around. New trailer day. Some of these covers are unseen artwork. It's a pretty big deal. David, you retweeted Matt Mason. That's hilarious. Let's hope not, December. Let's hope not. Rich Buddy, how we doing? How we doing, fam? How we doing, Rich? Are you excited for this drop or what, my man? Good morning, Sandy. How we doing? How we doing? Good luck, Sandy. Hopefully you get a good rarity, good mint number today. Hopefully you're just able to lock one in. I don't know. This is what Real Randy said. Also, he got it from Twitter. Don't think it's mandatory, though. Yeah, I think it's kind of like a joke. But who knows? We'll see what happens today. It feels like a quick scope. That's the word. Yep, quick scope. That's what it is. 100% it really does. We got Miss Rose in the building, ready for the drop. Let's go. Whole fam in the building today. I'm going in hard on the 4-minute rebound on this one. We got 30-minute warning. Saw that one without the sound on. Turn my sound on though. Can't miss the drop today. I think I have my alarm set. Yeah, alarm set for the drop. Making Jedi moves with JD and the fam. Let's go. Shout out Chasing Sundays. How we doing, fam? Better for boss to try with this one and get banned or wait until the big end of the month. Drop and get banned. F you bots. That's the fact. Rob Remington, JD, I'm back. Let's see how it goes. Let's go, Robbie Remington. Good luck today, my man. I think today's going to be a good one. I 100% agree. Simone, this feels a lot just like Bitcoin. A lot of people have been saying that lately. Bitcoin had its ups and downs, and so will VeVe. Nothing just goes straight to the moon, and there are always stops for unconvicted people to leave. Absolutely. Simone, it's like it almost shakes out the non-believers the way it's supposed to, you know? That's the thing, right? We saw come January, February, I think we saw all-time highs, right? And so a lot of us just thought it was going to keep on going into the wet ab type thing and keep that momentum running. But like you said, things don't go up forever, right? There's always going to be retracements no matter what. So just like any other market, there's going to be ups and downs, ebbs and flows. And that's why it creates, kind of like a way for people in the short term to kind of, if they want to day trade some of these collectibles and all types of things, the collectors will just hold on to the ones that they love. There's so many different ways you can play it. But I definitely agree that, the ebb and flow, it's just natural, part of the cycle. I wish we had an AMC around me so I could get the Jurassic Park NFT. Shout out to Awesome Woe for it. I'm not sure how valuable these are going to be. You know, I got one just because I wanted to be part of it. I love Jurassic Park. Wanted to go see the movie anyway. And now I'm seeing it with my grandmom, so I think it's going to be kind of a good time with the fam. And just like a little bonus, you know, a little extra NFT. If it is valuable, then great. Hopefully I get a couple of them. I think I'm getting 2, maybe 4. I still don't know for sure. But maybe flip 1 or 2, keep the rest. I think they are going to be 3 different collectibles. Now, I'm getting the vibe that they're 3 different posters. But I mean, if that's the case, I like the fact that they switched them up. It's not all the same ones, you know? Let's go. Dubes ain't missing this drop today. I think this drop's going to be a lot of fun. Also, after the drop, my boy Tyler Gear is coming on over. We're going to be talking about his VeVe experience and everything like that. Let you guys know when he joined. I'll be asking him some questions. So if you guys want to stay till then, you know, we'll be going over that interview after the drop, kind of like a little VeVe and chill. May the 4th be with the fam today. Absolutely. Shout out to Getsy. Getsy, good luck today, my man. Hopefully we all grab something good, you know, good rarities, good mint numbers. Shout out to the aliens, you know, hopefully we attract something amazing today. The gang and I will be keeping a close eye on the bots for this drop. Let's go. We got 007 Getsy in the building. 007 Getsy's going undercover today. Hopefully we're able to figure out what's going on. I don't think they're going to be that much of an issue. I feel like the VeVe team's probably going to be on the ball with this one. But we'll see. You know, I'm sure they probably can't stop every single one or every single thing that happens. So, but we'll find out. We'll find out. Local scalper, the Johnny Dunn. Hope you're well, boss, man, and congrats on the 3-digit secret rare in advance. Wow, let's go. Let's go. 3-digit secret rare. I'll lose my mind if that happens. Local scalper, I'm saving this comment. I think you might have just manifested it for me. Are we about an hour in? Probably about 40 minutes in because I started it. Congestion is acting up a little bit. I wonder if it's going to bother my buddy when he comes over. We'll see what happens. I'll be like dying by the time he comes over. But appreciate this. You know, hopefully we can manifest a 3-digit secret rare today. I just want to have everybody on the chat at least get something. You know, I think that'd be great. Diane C, good luck, good luck. Hopefully we see many secret rares. So I do, Sandy. I think once we get to the Jurassic Park, you know, movie coming out, we get those NFTs redeemed. I think they will drop Jurassic Park, like dinosaurs, maybe I think they've even teased out the Jurassic Park gates opening up. And I think they've teased maybe, possibly, the Jeep from Jurassic Park. So I think we're going to probably be getting a vehicle, maybe the Jurassic Park gates, a couple dinosaurs, maybe the AMC, you know, promo NFT is kind of like a poster. That's kind of how I'm thinking. But the only reason why I'm thinking it's not a poster is because they talked about hatching an egg type thing in the email. So that's got people thinking it could be a dinosaur. I'm kind of leaning towards just a movie poster. And then I'll be surprised and even more excited if it is a dinosaur. But Sandy, I definitely think we'll be getting collectibles on VeVe that day too. Or maybe not that day exactly, but sometime around then for sure. So extra long stream today, huh? I wouldn't say extra long, but I think it'll go on a little bit more than 12. I mean, it depends when my buddy comes over. He said he's going to go for the drop and then come over right afterwards. So he may even come over. He lives in the same town as me, so he'd probably be here like, I would say before 11:30, I'm thinking. So we'll go over maybe how his drop went, maybe, you know, if he's going to grab any in the marketplace or whatever the case is. So we'll see what happens. But I don't think it's going to go too long, but it definitely will be, you know, a decent amount of time. I don't want it to be like a crazy formal interview either. I kind of just want to have, you know, VeVe and chill. I haven't seen my guy in a while either. It's been a while since I've seen him. And we grew up together, you know, elementary school. So it's cool to always, you know, link up again. Good luck today from Ivy. How we doing, Ivy? Awesome comic today. Which is your favorite? What cover are you liking, Ivy? Or which cover are you hoping to get today? Any of them stand out to you? The original cover, the ultra rare, secret rare, the uncommon. I think all of them are going to do pretty good. Let's go. Austin's excited for this one. Portfolio, good luck. Also, I want to get to just... Actually, I'll probably get into the video right now. Missed a few of the last drops, some intentionally, some by mistake, but not this one. Shout out to Roman Z. And that's okay too, guys. If you miss a couple of drops on purpose, you know, maybe something drops that you're not that into and you don't want to get it, that's perfectly okay. I mean, you don't have to go for every single drop on VeVe. It's probably easier said than done, but I think as we get closer to having multiple drops, you know, a lot more drops than we have right now, it'll probably be a little bit easier to kind of pass on the ones you don't absolutely love. Well, let's get into this video right now on another Star Wars video from the VeVe 3. Been showing a lot of their content lately, so if you guys haven't subscribed to VeVe 3, make sure you subscribe, like their videos. They'll be at 5K subs real soon.
Welcome back to VeVe in 3 with me, Corey, aka Old Rhubarb on VeVe, and
me, Heather, from the VVT, and also Heroes and Heroines.
And you could tell by that intro scroll that Star Wars is upon us. VeVe and Disney have partnered up, and they are bringing us Star Wars #1.
And appropriately, it's going to be dropping on the platform on May 4th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. May the 4th, a common Star Wars holiday of May the 4th be with you. We are very excited to see this coming to the platform.
And this comic just has a lot of weird things going on with it. Weird but cool things. For one, the entry point bid, the retail price, it's not 6.99 gems, it's 15 gems for this one. So that's a change. Also, the rarity breakdown and numbers being minted, those are all different as well. So we're going to be covering this comic a little bit differently than we normally do because there's just a lot of unprecedented information to share.
It appears as well this comic is not coming from Marvel, but rather from the Star Wars licensor specifically, as we can tell from the licensor fee in the secondary market. While this may seem confusing, it could open up the possibility of Dark Horse Comics coming to the platform in the near future, as Dark Horse Comics, who took Star Wars publishing rights from Marvel back in 1991, recently entered a partnership with Lucasfilm and Disney to start pumping out Star Wars books under the Disney umbrella. As for the comic we're talking about today, it was published on July 1st of 1977, and it follows the New Hope storyline. For us, reading this book was a ton of fun because it's just a nostalgia bomb for those of us who watched those original Star Wars movies 100 times. The artwork is very 70s, and there's some unfortunate panels, but it was really cool getting to see these earlier depictions of characters, and despite it following the storyline of the movies, there's additional information and references which sort of make it even more refreshing for fans of the franchise. It's like you're getting a deeper dive into Star Wars lore while revisiting past memories.
And there are just a ton of first appearances in this book. Luke Skywalker, Leia, R2-D2, C-3PO, Darth Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, and many, many more. While Han Solo and Obi-Wan appear on the original cover, they don't actually make appearances inside in this particular comic. And speaking of covers, what a lineup. Each and every one of these covers has some lore around it. So we're going to break down each one of these individually and kind of talk about the history as we go.
Before we do that, the physical value of this comic has a peak at about 8K in historic sales at 9.8. There's just an astronomical amount of these cased across all grades, but despite this, they hold high value.
Just to touch on this real quick, I think comic books like this, there's still a lot of room to grow, especially once it drops on VeVe. People like me will want to try to collect it. There's going to be so many comic collectors that haven't even really gotten into comic collecting just yet. I think apps like VeVe will really increase the sales and the demand and the value of a lot of these physical comic books too.
Considering how many exist. Comics and Crypto, one of our primary sources of comic information and good friends to Corey and I, mentioned that sometimes popularity trumps scarcity, and we tend to agree. You can see that in 2020, the prices of these comics began to climb. This coincides with both COVID and the release of The Mandalorian. The success of The Mandalorian has no doubt increased collector interest, especially with the entry of Luke Skywalker into that series.
And if prices are reflective of media franchise releases, there's a ton of movies, shows, and comics planned. While these dates aren't all perfect and correct, this is a pretty solid breakdown of the release schedule.
A lot of things coming out. A lot of things coming out.
I'm not a gambling man, but I would bet that Kevin Feige and Taika Waititi's Star Wars movies, whatever they are, They're going to be amazing.
Now, before our cover breakdowns, a quick shout out to the Rhubarb Patch family. Your likes, comments, and feedback on Discord keep this channel improving and evolving every day. You are all amazing.
All right, let's sort out these covers. First, the common main cover is minting 19,771 editions. When this comic first released, it released in 4 cities for 35 cents, and it was very limited. You can see by the price placard on this comic, our replica is the first re-release at 30 cents. The book itself has been reprinted multiple times, and the pricing information we provided via Go Collect reflects the 30-cent re-release comic price point. So it's pretty much as accurate as we could find.
Next, the uncommon theatrical poster variant is minting 14,544 editions. And there's a bit to unpack here. First, this is obviously a movie poster. It was created by Tom Jung, and originals of this poster are pretty pricey. You'll notice in the original poster, R2 and C-3PO didn't make the cut. Some fun observations in this version are that Leia has Han's blaster and Luke is wearing Darth Vader's boots. When this poster was reprinted for newspapers, Leia's exposed leg was obscured to make it a little less risque.
The rare black and white variant is minting 5,422 editions. We couldn't find a replica of this exact cover anywhere, so arguably this is the most exclusive cover to the
I think this is what David Hughes talking about, unseen artwork.
platform. The removal of the titles and placards give this a very clean look. There's also the addition of the giant lightsaber behind Luke. If you know of this art existing somewhere, please let us know in the comments so we can update our information.
The ultra rare special edition variant is minting 2,505 editions. This cover is being pulled from the special edition comic. That took the first 3 issues of this series and jammed them together into one mega book. The physical version of this book was massive at 10 inches by 14 inches. That cover has been utilized, the color, titles, and text removed, and that's the source for this cover.
Last, the secret rare back cover variant is minting a super appropriate 1,977 editions. The special edition book we were talking about in the previous rarity, if you flipped it over, this was the
If anyone gets that 1977 edition, I'm not telling you guys what to do, financial advice, but it may, be in your best interest to hold that one.
image on the back. That art was already clean, so all that's happened with this image is that it's been desaturated. They've removed the color. It's a beautiful piece, truly worthy of being on the front cover of our highest rarity book. And an interesting fact that we found with the ultra rare and the secret rare covers is that in the original book, the artist attribution in the bottom corners, it wasn't there. However, in our variants, we're seeing Rick Hoberg and Dave Cockrum being attributed. Now, in the original print, we do see their names. However, Hoberg's name was removed from our ultra rare. Weird quirks like this and first ever releases tend to add to the lore of the object, and the lore for these books on VeVe, it starts tomorrow.
And that's a wrap for this info dump. May the 4th be with you if you decide to go for this drop, which we hope that you do. We're definitely going to try. As for us, we'll post more whenever we know more. This is Heather.
And Corey.
Signing off.
Great video. Yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe to them. Great people in the community. Make amazing content. They'll be at 5K subs in no time. Shout out to all the aliens out there. Wow, let's go. Got a couple people, manifesting for me. I just want to see at least a few secret rares out there for you guys. Some ultra rares, a lot of uncommons, a lot of, great mint numbers. I just want this to be a comic to where we see a lot of dubs. I hope this is something where it's not where, strikes out and we got a lot of L's. I want this to be something where we see a lot of dubs because, this is going to be a fun comic to collect. Positive vibes for everyone. I just want at least one. Since I'm a big Star Wars fan, if I get just one, I'll be happy. Shout out to Kent Dub. Have an amazing perspective here. Is this your buddy with the Nightwing? So I believe he has a Nightwing. This is probably not the buddy you're thinking of, Kent. So I have 2 hometown buddies that I got into VeVe early on. They were actually 2 of the only people that really trusted me and really got into it. A lot of people just laughed and digital. What they didn't understand it, right? And so my one buddy who actually does the business with me, he lives in, where's he live right now? I know in the West Coast, Portland, Oregon. So he was the first person to join, and he got the Nightwing with me. He got a Todd. I think he got maybe like 6 collectibles in the store. So he's the original owner of all of them. Maybe paid like $500, I think. And since he lives on his own, or he doesn't live on his own, but he lives with his wife out in Portland. And so he didn't have the kind of financial funds to just keep dumping in, like kind of what I did since I'm living at home. So he just held on to his collection. And in January, February run up, his collection of like 5 or 6 collectibles got past like 20 grand. So it was just kind of crazy to see. But this is my other buddy from my hometown. This is one of my friends who still lives in my hometown. I believe he lives with his girlfriend or wife, or maybe just at home. I'm not positive, but he's one of the other few people. Now, the difference with him is that because he's still living at home or in our hometown still, he had a little bit more extra funds on hand, I think, to kind of keep putting in. So he kept collecting. I think it really kind of revitalized his collecting, just his collectiveness inside of him, to where he really start getting into the Harley Quinns. I think it got him into comic books again, physical comics. I think he started collecting a lot of comic books in the real world. So I know his collection hit, I think, maybe 6 figures at one point during that crazy, crazy high run up. So it's just awesome to see, local friends that you get into it. They trusted you to where they did dive into a little bit, because a lot of people just looked at me like I was crazy, right? Telling them, yo, this is huge. Moment in time. Capitalize on it right now. Buy these NFT Batmans right now. They're like, Johnny, I'm not wasting money on these digital Batmans, right? These digital unicorns and all this kind of stuff. But these 2 buddies of mine, they took the actual leap of faith. And so it's kind of some questions I'll ask them, what made you really take that leap of faith when so many people were just laughing at us, right? But this buddy that's coming over, he's actually from my hometown. Well, my other buddy's from my hometown too, but he still lives in my hometown. He lives like a block or 2 away from me. And we'll touch on maybe the drops, because he's one of my buddies who's always using as examples, saying when I was getting all these drops and everybody's like, dude, Dunn, you're only getting these drops because your internet, or you're only getting these drops because your location, or whatever the case was, right? I was like, that makes sense. I want to believe that location probably has something to do with it. But I have buddies in my hometown that are still not getting the drop. So, like, you would think that they'd be getting every drop. It was because of that. But I think it'll be fun just to have him on the live stream too. That's why I brought the chair. I got FA chair. What up, BDK? How we doing, brother? I got my Golden Dragon Girl today. Wow, let's go. Shout out BDK. I actually had one listed for a while. You guys probably saw my Gold Dragon Girl listed. Just delisted it. I ended up, I don't want to let go of it for only, 1.3. 888 editions, the first ever artwork on the app. Season 1, I'm just holding on to it. It's just tough because I have a duplicate, so I do want some extra liquidity. But it's times like these when you realize it's a historic time to where I'm just adding in more money, taking the hit. I did this back last summer, last March, April, when there's a lot of concerns, and I just kept adding money, kept collecting, kept investing, and then it turned out to be one of the best decisions of my life. So it just reminds me of that same kind of moment last summer. So all the copies are winners. I'll be happy with any of them. Of course, I'm hoping for number 41. Wow, let's go, Ivy. Hopefully, you do get a crazy low mint. Now, I'm not sure I think VeVe takes maybe a little bit more than the first 40 on comics. It all depends on the comic book. Like, I know MC1, the Marvel Comics #1, I think VeVe took the first 500 commons. That's why if you look in the marketplace, I think the first one's available like 501, 502. Then some of the other comics, they only took like the first 100 or first 200. So I'm not positive. I could probably check right now, see how many are left. I don't know how many the Comey team takes, actually, of these comics. It'd be interesting to find out. We do have the drop coming out real soon, 8 minutes and 53 seconds. Let me get to some more comments, not comics. Let me get to some more comments, and then I'm going to go over my drop strategy one final time. I'm excited. I'm already getting nervous. My hands are sweating right now. JD, send out your alien wave powers to the rest of the group for this drop. Let's go. Spirit fingers. Love the Dragon Girl. Yeah, shout out to BDK getting the Dragon Girl. I think that's a grail. May not look like it right now because we see so much other artwork, but the way I look at it is just imagine over time, right? There's going to be amazing looking artwork. Some may look better, right? Who knows what the future artwork's going to look like. But to have the first ever artwork on VeVe, the last set of season 1, I think that's going to be a big deal, me personally. And I like the fact also that the Dragon Girl is from Tokidoki. Some people are going to be like, yeah, Tokidoki, what's that? It's a worldwide famous brand. But not only that, I think the important part about that is that VeVe's first ever license was Tokidoki. You know, Simone Legnu really got on the ground floor. He's the co-founder of Tokidoki. That's the artist who made the Dragon Girls. So this is back, you know, when brands were ushering VeVe out the door for meeting rooms saying, we can't get involved with that blockchain scam, right? Here comes Tokidoki. They understand, you know, they took the leap of faith with David Yu. They have probably one of the best relationships with David Yu and the Komi and VeVe team. So just another little tidbit of information there. I love the Dragon Girl so much. My thought process was maybe let it go for like 1.3, buy back one of those all gold secret rares for like 400, and then just pocket the grand difference. But I still don't think the grand difference would outweigh having the two Dragon Girls. I want at least a couple grand for it, but we'll see what happens with that. Oh wow, so crazy. The thing about this, Rich Buddy, is that, you know, nobody really knew it was going to be that valuable back then. Kind of like Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards were meant to be played with, right? And that's why the ones that have been collected and stayed in premium, pristine condition are worth so much money. Yeah, the gold and silver one looks amazing. BDK, great pickup. Great pickup. Let's go, Daniel Remus. Good luck, fam. Secret Rare 1977. Sounds not so bad at all. Man, that's like that's the Grail piece right there, the Holy Grail. Is the rare the only exclusive cover? So I'm not positive on this. I think Vivian 3 touched on in that video that the ultra rare is from different artwork. The rare is unseen artwork. Never before seen artwork. Ooh, okay, BDK. I like the play here. Now, the thing about the Venice piece, I think that's another fine art piece too. But again, I think so is the Dragon Girl. Dragon Girl is a fine art piece. It's just not 2D. It's that 3D collectible. I would say the Venice piece is kind of like a 3D, 2D artwork. I would also say the Dragon Girl is a premium fine art piece as well too. I think the fine art on VeVe is going to do amazing. So you went from a cool looking, you know, I think it will have value, but I think the Dragon Girl is probably the play long term. You have the first ever artwork on VeVe now. So that's amazing, BDK. Great pickup, I think. How do I control myself going crazy right away on the secondary? Great question. This is a great question. So one thing that I feel like that can probably help is just realize or just think about what else is the drop, right? Think about if they drop all the Star Wars collectibles, you know, later on. Things could get a little bit, you know, a 5-minute warning. I feel like if they drop Star Wars collectibles, you know, it may make you regret a little bit going hard on these. But again, you'll have the first ever Star Wars comic book. So for me, I'm treating this one like already sweating and there's over 10 minutes left. Yeah. There's 4 minutes left right now, guys. So I'm a little bit behind. I'll try to get to more comments before the drop. I started sweating like a little bit before five minutes. But yeah, Kieran, I would say just think about all the stuff that's probably still left to drop of Star Wars that we don't have yet. So I think it's going to be important. Like my strategy for this one is to go hard on this one, but make sure that, you know, I don't even have enough gems to kind of go hard and keep gems for the rest. I'm just going to keep adding in gems, but try to keep liquid available, in my opinion, for next future drops. That's what I would say. What's up, fam? Shooter, how we doing? How we doing? James Robertson, good morning, everybody. Yeah, I hope it goes close to retail too, so we can just pick them up. We got Paz in the building. Shout out to Pazmanian. How we doing, brother? Good luck today, my man. Hopefully we have a lot of dubs. A lot of good dubs, too. A lot of good mints. A lot of good rarities. Dun thumbs. Let's go. I think it's Dun thumbs. Every time I see this, it reminds me of like the apparel that you guys want me to make. I think VeVe is going to make like a template soon, possibly, of some kind of like different artwork and stuff like that. And once they start doing that, I think that's when, you know, I'll start making my own merch. talk to them for a little bit, but I think, some more things are coming in the future. So we'll see what happens with that. Henry, good luck. Good luck. How much gems for the FA chair? You guys are hilarious. Shout out to Kendrick. It's an FA wooden chair. This is an iconic wooden chair. One of one. This is the next $1 million NFT right here, FA chair. Good luck, everybody. We got 2 minutes and 25 seconds. We got Superstar Money in the building. Let's go. Guys, if you guys aren't following Superstar Money, I don't know what you guys are slacking on. Make sure you guys follow them. Amazing content creators. We're definitely going to have to collab and do a video soon, maybe next week sometime. We'll see what happens, what works out for both of us. But Superstar Money in the building. Good luck today, my man. We got VeVe Vibes in the building. We got Jerry from the Palace in the building. 2 minutes left. Verena's in the building. Verena's asking, why is this comic $15? I think it's because it's Star Wars, I think Star Wars are putting a premium on it. See Spill. Good luck, everybody. Like the stream. Zombie Freak. Let me just get to some more people before we got the drop. We got Drew NFTV. We got Johnny West Coast. How we doing, fam? Man, it's almost time. Good luck, everyone. Let's go. Minute 25. Man, I'm bugging out right now. I'm freaking out. I'm excited right now. I'm just as excited, I think, as I was for that all gold Dragon Girl. And I was early on that one. I went way too early on that one. Derek Brad, Noble Matt. How we doing? How we doing? I was almost like a whole second early on that secret rare drop. I got nervous and I was way too early. All right, guys. 56 seconds. Shout out to my coffee gators. I'm going to record this one. Put my feet up on the chair. All right. I backed out. Everything looked good already. 38 seconds. My hands are sweating so much right now. I have like a puddle in my palm of my hands. 30 seconds. I'm backing out again. 26 seconds. All right. 20 seconds here. Good luck, fam. Freaking out right now. 15 seconds. It's all about slowing your heart rate down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, no. I got it. I'm freaking out. I don't want to do quick gate. I got it, and I don't want to risk it. I got one. Let's go. If you guys got multiples, let me know. Because my timing was perfect today. Whew. Man, I was nervous. I only went for one. Let me know if you guys went for multiple. You might have been able to. I don't know. I felt like I just didn't want to risk it. I was so nervous for this drop. Oh, man. All right. High digit. 15,000. How we do, fam? Miss Rose got one. Wow. Getsy got 3. Austin got 2. Dub. Jackal got 2. I got 1 and it was sold out. Wow. Okay. Getsy was shaking. I was shaking too. I don't know if you guys can rewatch that part, but I felt like my thumb was like twitching. Like it was just like, I was so nervous. Like usually I feel like I can do pretty well with the drops because I can slow my heart rate down. But today it was just pumping. Today I was just nervous. Yeah, today might be a good idea to go for rebounds though. I'm still recording. All right, I'm going to stop the recording. Hit 2. Got 3. Try for more. Only got 1. Dub. Got 1. Got 1. So we all got 1 at least. Let's go. All right. Did anybody try to go for it but didn't get one? How did December do? Let's go. December got 1. Let's go. So we all got one touch, or I said tough drop. I thought you said one touch drop. Derek Brad got one. Crypto King got two. TY got two. Hey, as long as we got one, fam. I know Miss Rose got one. Timing was spot on this one. Let's go. Shout out to the timing gate technique. Let's go. Let me all right, so guys, if you want help with rebounds, don't exit the screen. If you got one, if you didn't get one, don't exit the screen. If I exit and come back, it'll probably say one pending order, but I'll lose my buy now. So every 4 minutes, I'm going to actually bring up a timing clock. I'm going to bring up a world clock. And then every 4 minutes is when I'm going to go for the rebound. Now, I think depending on your phone speed, whatever, maybe like slightly before every 4 minutes. I'm just going to go on the 4 minute mark itself. I think that's probably the best for me. So in about 55 seconds from now. Let's go. Got one, and the daughter got one for shooter. I'm guessing my buddy Tyler Gear's probably going to be coming over in a little bit. I'm going to ask him how he did. It took a long time to get my gems out. I could have got two. That's the unfortunate part. That's the part that you can't control, Super Rush. Sometimes that does happen, and it's just unfortunate. Now, there could be a way to go about that, but I'm not positive. All right, first rebound's almost coming out in about 10 seconds for me. Let's see. Might as well count it down, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Nope. Didn't get mine. Anybody get a 4 minute? Wow, Rich Buddy got two. Let's go. Kelvin got two. Wow, so Ryan Carr got none. All right, so Ryan, did you went for the drop and everything on time and you just didn't get it? Were you early? Were you late? Did you feel like you were on time? Like, let me know what happened there, Ryan. VeVe Vibes got one. Let's go. VeVe Vibes getting a secret rare today. Feeling it. Feeling an ultra rare, secret rare vibe for VeVe Vibes. Just brought the right vibes today. Got two. First was fast. Second was much slower. And then SO after that. Shut out after that, I guess you mean. Shout out to Eric Nolan. It did seem easy. I agree with that, Rich Buddy. I thought today would seem way harder. The guy, let me look at, see how fast my time was. Like, I felt like I probably had one of the fastest times I've had in a while. Let's see what the film looked like. 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh my God. That was, if I was doing, I didn't even do tapgate.io today. I should have done it beforehand. I think it's just so instilled in my muscle memory at this point. I think I probably got my fastest time on Tapgate is 0.7 milliseconds. So this might have been up there with that. Take a look. 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. I gotta post this one. Right now to tweet real quick. Also, my buddy is on his way over. Premium, license, digital comics. If you guys got one, tweet it out and tag me. Oh, Miss Rose just posted. Let's go. Let's go, Ed Feely. You know what me and my buddy were gonna do is wear like Star Wars masks. If we had one, I probably would. Let's go, Robbie Remington. Dude, I am so happy you hit, man. It's been a while since you hit, I feel like, so I'm glad you finally hit. Christian J, let's go. How we do, Christian J? Did you hit on the drop? I just tried for a random rebound on the 8-minute mark. Wow, okay. Rich Buddy was super late on both because he fumbled, and I still got them both on both phones. Weird. That is weird. I don't know, dudes. Billy the Kid, Sway Collects got one. Henchman Sports got two. Okay, Christian J got two. Let's go. Ronnie Lito got one. So happy December got one. Let me get some more comments. Gio, so I tried for the first one. I didn't get it. The second 8-minute mark, I didn't get it. So oh my gosh, the front door is locked for my buddy. All right, guys, I don't like to do this because but I'm gonna go let my buddy in. I left the door unlocked for him just to walk in, and then I think my dad, of course, probably locked the door. All right, I'm gonna leave the live stream for just a moment, like 10 seconds. Gonna go let my buddy come in. All right. I'll be right back. I hate to leave the live stream, but last time I did this, I accidentally left it going on when I thought I closed it out. But I didn't forget. I'll be right back, guys. Hopefully the allergies aren't bad down here for you. But we're live still. All right, guys. My buddy just came over. We're about to dive into it. Let him know how the drop went.
What's going on, fellas? I got two today. Went for the whole saw the gems come right out. Hit the X, hit the buy now again, got two of them.
Solid. So we got two drops for him today. Now, going over a little bit here, let's try to there we go. We can dive into it. So first off, I want to kind of just go over who he is and how he found VeVe and everything like that. So let's start from the very beginning. Before we get to some comments here, tell the people how you first found VeVe, maybe how we know each other, because we grew up together. We've known each other for a while now, so
yep.
Maybe dive in. Let's start off telling the people how you first found VeVe.
All right, my boys. My name's Tyler. So first, how I found VeVe was my man here, Johnny. Him and another friend of mine named Ryan. Ryan came out and he was like, "Oh, have you ever heard of NFTs?" I was like, "No, actually, I've never heard of an NFT or anything like that." And he's like, "Well, this new app came out called VeVe, and he's not really good with this kind of stuff either. To this day, he still asks me about this stuff." And he was like, you should try to download or try to figure it out for us. Not even a couple hours later, my man here is like, "Yo, have you ever heard of VeVe?" I was like, "Dude, I literally just downloaded it." And
crazy.
It was just insane. So that was like March 4th.
2021, right?
Yeah, 20, the first year it came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this was when everything was still like the market had almost everything still in it.
It was 2021 though, because 2020 was kind of like their beta year, and then March of 2021 is when we first found it.
Okay, yeah.
So 2021 was the year.
Getting it mixed up. I feel like we've been doing this for years already. It's how fun this is. But yeah, so I downloaded it on March 4th, and my biggest regret was I didn't buy anything. I was like, maybe we should see how this takes off a little bit. And then around the 19th is when I bought my first one. Bought a Harley Quinn 56 and a Dick
FA Harley Quinn, right?
Yeah, the FA Harley Quinn. And then that also just started my physical collection addiction now.
That was one of the questions I wanted to dive in and ask you was, when you found VeVe, were you a collector beforehand, or did it kind of make you go really hard into collecting the physical stuff too?
All right, so I've never read a comic book. I never collected anything in my life. That's a lie. I did Pokemon when I was a kid.
Okay, that's right. You did have Pokemon.
I did have a bunch of Pokemon cards. That we'll talk about that more. I have a huge regret about my Pokemon cards. But shit, what were we talking about?
So basically, like, did it kind of rejuvenate your collectiveness?
Yeah, that's right. My bad. Sorry, guys. This is my first live show. I'm still got a little bit of a jitters here.
Yeah, I mean, we just walked into the door. Too,
yeah,
so.
I literally just walked into this too. I never collected anything besides Pokemon cards ever, and now I am buying comics every week. Raws are like my thing. I do a lot of like the Elite Comics. I know VeVe has a partnership with Elite Comics. They do live shows all the time that I am watching all the time and buying a lot from.
Shout out to Elite Comics 11.
There you go. And then I have some pops, not a lot of pops, and I have a few graded slabs that I like a lot too.
Nice.
So yeah.
Dive into the comic books. You brought a couple with you?
So it is May 4th, Star Wars. So my favorite comic book artist was Scotty Young, or is Scotty Young. So awesome. We artist. Have Darth Vader's #1.
Ooh, I like that. There's the camera. Yeah, there we go. I like that.
And then I also have a Star Wars #1.
Ooh, is this like a little variant?
These are variants, yes.
Nice.
So,
speaking of Star Wars #1, let's dive into the drop now. How'd the drop go for you on the Star Wars #1 comic?
I grabbed 2, so I got lucky. Like I said, I saw the gems come right out, and I was like, well, let's just shoot for a prayer here, and hopefully, hopefully we'll get 2. So I got 2. I haven't looked to see, what they come out to be, or if any of them have been revealed yet.
And you don't know the mint number or anything, right?
The last I saw this, I didn't see the first one because I clicked out of it right away. But the second one was some high. It was like 24. Yeah, something like that.
Secret rare number.
Yeah, hopefully. I haven't hit a secret rare collectible or anything yet, so hopefully this will be my first one. This will be a huge one to hit.
Okay.
Huge. Yes.
I want to dive into when you first found VeVe. You talked about how you got the FA Harley Quinn, one of your first collectibles. What were some other ones that you grabbed right away, and what kind of made you grab the ones that you did grab? Because if anyone doesn't know, when we joined in March in 2021, there was a lot of stuff in the store, in stock, so you kind of got to pick. It was almost overwhelming because there's so many options. What do you get? But a lot of the stuff was in stores. So touch on some of the things that you did grab.
Okay, so this was part of the regret with not buying as soon as I got my account all set up, was because I think it was 2 weeks later I bought my first purchase, was that Harley Quinn. It was the 19th. And I remember I was sitting at the rent at my job, and you actually texted me. You were like, yo, this is getting ridiculous. Like, everything is starting to sell out. Like, you need to hop on this, like, now if you're going to do it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, yeah, no problem. Like, I'm going to do it right now. And then that's when I bought Harley Quinn. I bought Dick Sprang. And then over the next few days, like, everything was selling out. And then I was like, all right, well, maybe I should grab. I think the only thing left legitimately was the Tokidoki unicorns.
Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense.
I think that was the only thing left. And then I just started buying duplicates of, like, the commons were only left. So it was, like, Prima, Stelina, and like those. Dolce. So I just started buying duplicates of those and stuff like that. So those are my very first purchases.
Now, when you first start buying these collectibles, and we were having the advantage of getting most of them in the store in stock, did a lot of your family or friends understand what this was, or were they kind of saying like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so yeah, my mom and my sister were probably the two biggest critics, because I still live at home. And they're, why are you spending your money on this? This kind of stuff is like they're like, you're buying JPEGs, you're buying pictures of stuff,
right?
You know, that kind of. And I'm just like, you know, listen, like it's better than like at the time I really didn't know either. So I was like, well, it's better than just like spending it on food or like something, you know, I was like, at least I can call this an investment.
Right.
And then it just started going up and up and up and up and up. And then when Spider-Man drop hit, and I was like, yeah, I just spent $200 on the Spider-Man. It was the Ultraman. I was Ultra Rare, and I hit it, and I was so happy. And everyone was I was like, turn off your Wi-Fi, trying to hit this thing. And they're all looking at me like, are you serious? Like for this? And then it was finally when I was able to buy my car. I'm sure you're going to ask, but when I was able to buy my car, they were like, okay, maybe this is like, this has a little bit of like seriousness to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that you mentioned that, we'll dive into that. I know the same thing for me. A lot of my family didn't really understand at first. The other friends that I was telling about, they didn't really understand because you and Joe Kelly, shout out to Joe Kelly, you know, the only two people I was telling the world. I think a lot of times when I was telling everybody about this, they were just kind of thinking like, Johnny, what do you mean these digital Batman? Like they just wanted to kind of laugh at and not really dive into it themselves. And a couple people did. For me, I feel like they didn't understand because it was not real money at the time, gems. So it took until you bought something in real life, right? What was one of the bigger purchases that VeVe helped you out with in real life? So in real life, I was able to buy my car. So So it wasn't the entire car. It was a nice big chunk of the down payment that I put down. But unfortunately, I had to sell one of my two Todds. Okay. So the story behind that one was my car just suddenly died. It was an old piece of crap, a '99 Camry. And so I suddenly needed to put some money together, and VeVe was kind of like my only option at the time. Wow. Okay. And this was when Todd was hitting right around like 1.8K, somewhere around there. And I sold it straight up for cash on PayPal for, I think it was 1.6. Okay. So I got, you know, after fees and everything, it's like $1,500 just from of digital collectible. Crazy. And it's impacted your real life that way. It's real life at this point. It wasn't like I bought a 2019 Camry with 22,000 miles on it. So it's not like it was another clunker. Like it's a nice, it's a nice car. What did your family start thinking like after that? Were they kind of like surprised or like? Yeah. So they were definitely surprised. They were like, wow, okay. Like maybe, this is getting a little bit serious and stuff like that. And then that's when I showed my parents, or I showed my mom in particular, I showed her the Marvel 1 comic Secret Rare. And at the time it was going for like 50K, I think it was. Right. And she was just like, holy, like, you know, can you, and then she's joking, can you make me an account? Like I could pay off my credit card debt. Like, yeah, I was like, yeah, now all of a sudden, like it's turning around and now you want, my sister's like, oh, can you make me an account? I want to pay off my student loans. And I'm like, you know, I mean, it's like now all of a sudden, yeah. So. And see, I feel like that's probably going to be the shift around the world. I feel like a lot of people may only see it right now. Oh, it's not real. It's only gems, Johnny. But it's like, you know, being on the ground floor, things won't be perfect right away, but there's a huge opportunity when things aren't perfect right away. So I feel like getting in early like that is a huge, huge advantage because you're getting in before all the things are smooth sailing. It is real money to everybody around the world at that point. Have you gotten any friends into VeVe ever since? Or I've had so I have one particular story. Well, besides my boy, I don't know if he's watching. Ryan, what's up, buddy? Shout out to Ryan, my boy. I got him into it. So he's been on and off with it. He's not anywhere near like he just comes in and goes every once in a while and stuff like that. And he's hoping this is going to become like another, like, you know, a big thing for him too, but he's only has a handful of things. Okay. But I think he's on board. Like he sees to potentially still ask me if I'm going for drops and stuff like that. Nice. He has a real big boy job. So unfortunately, like he can't always hit every, you know, participate in every drop and stuff like that. So probably just kind of goes after the things that he's interested in. Exactly. Yeah. Like today I told him about Star Wars and he left work. Left work early. Left work and drove down the street so he could get some service. But unfortunately, he said he couldn't hit it today. So he missed out. He missed out on this one, yeah. But yeah. Some of the comments here, Austin Wilford's asking, show the goods. What did y'all hit? So we don't know what we got just yet. He ended up getting 2 of the drops today. Tyler got 2. I only got 1 drop. I got like a 15,000 mint number. So we're hoping for some kind of great rarity. We don't know what we got just yet.
Let me see if
Yeah, might want to check. It might came in yet. But another thing I want to talk about, is the overall sentiment of the market right now. And I don't know if it's your boy Ryan that probably isn't into it right now as much because he's busy and maybe the overall market's just not booming like it was before. So kind of wanted to ask your thoughts, Tyler, on what do you see or what do you feel about the overall market sentiment? Do you think it's going to bounce back? Do you think January, February was it? Or like, what do you kind of...
Oh, no, I think it's absolutely going to bounce back. I think like the FUD surrounding VeVe right now is like kind of ridiculous, to be honest. You're talking about a company who like just started. They started with the mobile app. They have now they're coming out. They have their web application now. So I think that shows that they're more ready for things like MTL, like cash out. I think that they wanted to wait for like maybe like a desktop application or something like that in order to make the process easier. So I think a lot of the FUD surrounding stuff is just not good. That's why I think like maybe the market isn't in where it was, but I definitely think it's going to recover. I think once cash out's going to come, it might even go down slightly a little bit more because you'll have those people that want to flip and get out will flip and get out, and then the people that are left are going to be the ones that are going to be sitting on top pretty.
Yeah,
that's pretty much how I think.
Kind of like a little micro dip, and then there's going to be a lot more liquidity flowing into. That's going to help. And just to let you guys know, the market is open right now. I don't see the comic in there. My comic actually got delivered, so I got a common 15,196. So nothing too crazy. Dude said Tyler spitting facts. That's a fact right there. I mean, I think it takes people who have been here for a while to kind of understand and see the ebb and flow of the market to say, because he was here in the summer when things kind of went down a little bit too. I mean, we had a huge run up, then things kind of went down. There's a lot of kind of like I would say like a stagnant period in time for a little bit, but then we saw November Disney happen, and next thing January happened. Like things can start unraveling really quickly. The next thing I want to talk about is you have a daughter.
Yeah.
And how old is she now?
She is 10.
Wow.
So when we were in high school, our senior year, 2011. Jesus.
Feels like forever ago.
I know, dude. I can't.
Crazy.
I know. Right after that in December, she was born. So she's 10 years old, and pretty much ever since high school, like I've had the amazing opportunity to be a dad.
Nice.
It's been a long journey, but it's been worth it. Now.
That's awesome. Now I have to ask: is she liking any of the NFTs on VeVe? Like, what's her thoughts?
She loves it. Every time she's over and get the opportunity, I'll let her attempt to try to get the drops and stuff like that.
If it's not a big drop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either way. But I remember one time in particular, this is when the comics were first coming out and you were able to get like 7 or 8 at a time or whatever. And I just let her go to town on one, and she hit like 7 of the, they were doing the journeys, the first journey ones with Thor. And she hit like an ultra rare.
Wow.
Like she hit like ultra rare, uncommon, and common, like right down the row. And I was like, all right, this is
she's got the luck.
Good luck. Yeah. I was like, all right, sick. And then she's like always asking to take pictures with them and stuff like that. I should probably post some of them, and they're pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I remember when the very first thing I did when I bought my Harley Quinn was she wanted to take a picture with it. So
that's kind of what I was thinking is like, are the little kids going to love taking pictures with the photos of augmented reality? Didn't you have some of the Powerpuff Girls too that she absolutely loved, or?
It wasn't so much. So she liked Powerpuff Girls. The ones that she really, really loves is the Mermicornos.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
So she likes the Mermicornos. And then
did she know about them at all, like Tokidoki or anything?
So no clue. Wow, so this was like kind of like an introductory thing to her too.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because she actually started wanting to not collect, but like buy like little physical figurines and stuff like that.
Oh, the
yeah.
Tokidoki.
So like Tokidokis and stuff like that. So I've had to buy some like mystery packs and stuff. So she's well on her way too. So
yeah, that is awesome. So a question for you from Dubes. Question for Tyler. By the looks of the comics you got going on there, you're a big Star Wars fan, right? What is your favorite Star Wars movie and your favorite Star Wars character?
Okay, so I don't want to come off as like I'm a huge fan because let's be honest, like I said, before VeVe, like I really didn't collect anything.
VeVe, call it VeVe.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. VeVe, yeah, okay. I'm nervous. I'm in a rush.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah,
first time.
Yeah, first time. Sorry, guys, don't kill me. But yeah,
the nerves of being on the podcast first time. That's all.
Yeah. So,
He's a
vet. So yeah, I mean, I've watched some of the new Star Wars stuff on Disney, but actually for the first time the other night, actually, I put on the original Star Wars and watched it for the first time, like through and through. So I don't want to come on here and say I'm a huge fan and I'm a, you know what I mean? I don't want to come off that way and like offend the real fans, but you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it's been cool. I've been getting slowly more and more into it. So yeah.
I feel like that's what VeVe does. VeVe gets people into things that they might have not even known they've been fans of. Like for me, like I thought Star Wars would eventually drop. I wasn't the biggest fan of Star Wars beforehand, and I really wasn't into it that much. But I was like, you know what? I guarantee if Star Wars drops, I'm gonna start collecting comics. And sure enough, we're here. Star Wars 1 drops, and I'm like, wow, kind of want the physical comic, right? So it's just kind of interesting to see that happen.
Yeah.
And we have the market open now, so we have the common right now going for $28. We have the uncommon going for $48. We have the rare going for $90. We have the ultra rare going for $295. And the secret rare is still below 1K. It's at $745 right now. I think I will have to eventually get one. Looks like it's pretty high though. $745, $800, and then it goes right to 1.5K.
I mean, that shows for the popularity of it too. This does have like what 44K. It's not the typical 30. Yeah. And it's still like it's going way above everything else. So
now one thing I will say though, it looks like a lot still have to be distributed. So 16.3K of 19.6K are still left for sale. So it does look like there will still be a lot more distributed. Now, one thing I want to talk on too and mention a little bit is Omi. You know, we have VeVe, we have Omi.
Yeah.
I know you haven't really been into Omi so much, and I feel like I kind of know why. Maybe just because it's not on, a popular exchange just yet. But I wanted to kind of dive in and ask you yourself, any reason or what's your take on the Omi price? Have you got any Omi yourself yet? And if so, or if not, maybe the reasons why or why not.
Okay, so I have not had, and I don't have any Omi. Haven't gotten any yet. I would love some, but it's just the mere fact that it's the difficultness of just how to get it is purely the only reason right now. I think it's going to be another one of those cryptocurrencies that launches. I think it could be like another ETH as soon as, because then it's going to come up with all this digital collecting stuff, and I think they were the first ones in, and they're right on top of it. So I think it's still early, and I need to get some.
Yeah, absolutely. Before it hits the Coinbase.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, do you think you will start adding Omi? Do you think the world will start, being into Omi once it does get on these major exchanges like Coinbase and all these other platforms?
Let's just say they should. But yeah, I mean, I should take my own advice here and buy some. So
before that happens.
Yeah, before any of that happens, before it really starts to rocket. Yeah. So if anyone wants to help me out there, you can let me know.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely walk you through it today how to get some Omi because we need to get you some. It's just the friction I feel like that causes people to maybe not want to get into it.
Yeah.
If it was as simple as maybe going on the Coinbase, buying it, I think a lot of people would just do it because of the simplicity of it.
Exactly. Like I have Coinbase and I have a couple of different cryptocurrencies. So, I think it's just the mere fact of how hard or, how not easy it is to get it.
I agree. Yeah. Now, one thing I want to ask too is, you said you got the FA Harley Quinn was your first VeVe NFT, right? Mm-hmm. That's an amazing one. Do you have a favorite? Is that your favorite one because it was your first, or what is your favorite?
I mean, it has sentimental value because it's the first one, but I would have to say my favorite would have to be the Pride for sure.
Oh yeah, you have a great mint too, don't you?
Yeah, I have a 221 mint.
Ooh.
I can't.
We need Ray Fixie to join us.
I can't take all the credit for that one. At the time when that first rewind drop is happening, of course, everyone sees gold. They see Cleopatra, and they're like, "That's what I'm going to get." And then I can't, like I said, I can't take all the credit. I think at the time, I don't even know what his Instagram handle is right now, but at the time, it was like Nifty Flipper.
Right.
Yeah, or VeVe Flipper,
VeVe Flipper.
Yeah, VeVe Flipper at the time. And he did a video on how he thought that the Pride was going to be the best one of there. And I was like, I'm probably not going to get the Cleopatra anyway, regardless.
Right. That wasn't a blind box, was it?
No, this is at the time when you can choose.
Right.
kind of like
Choose
how the
the
Batman
rarity.
one was recently. The black and white Batman was. And you would choose which one you wanted and then go for that. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go for Pride. And I got lucky. It was really, it was good. Yeah, the Pride is a top collectible, I think, on the app. So
that probably ties into my next question.
Yeah.
What was your best drop ever? Was that your best drop that you got?
that was probably my best drop, or it could have been when the Golden Moments came out, I hit a serial number 101 Iron Man.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I sold it though because I
Okay.
wanted liquidity and tried to get as many duplicates as possible and stuff. That's a horror story though. If you want to talk about that one, I made some bad decisions and pretty much wasted all those gems. So unfortunately, but well, I shouldn't say waste because everything's a hold.
Yeah.
But everything I should say is like down from what I bought at the time. That's what I should say. Let's just go with I bought a lot of the first arc of the Web of Spider-Man. Yeah, I bought a lot of that thinking like the first arc was going to be like
I thought that was going to be a big one too.
Yeah, so yeah, I bought a lot of that, and then I bought a lot of the Mighties.
Okay, Mighties will do well, I think,
Yeah.
long term. If there is some kind of gamification,
that's what I'm like. If there's gamification, those things are going to take off.
I'm kind of thinking that's how it's going to be. Yeah. Maybe if it's not on the VeVe app, maybe it's another platform to where we can send these collectibles to, and then kind of game on that platform or whatever the case is. But one other thing is, I would say, through VeVe, have you became more of a collector or a flipper or a little bit of both, or what has been more so your niche, I would say?
I'm definitely the collector side.
Okay.
I'm that type of person that will like buy something and if it hits zero value, like I'd rather have it be like a paperweight than sell it for anything less than what I think it's worth.
Right.
So definitely I would say a collector. The only thing that I really flip is things that I'm really not interested in and that I just so happen to hit on the drop. And I just want to get like a couple extra gems out of it and try to like build up for things like today for like Star Wars and for Disney and stuff like that for the big,
that makes sense,
big blue ticket items. So those would be the only things that I would really say that I flip. Yeah.
Now touching on one of the last things you just said about some bad mistakes you might have made or like anything like that. What are some of the better plays that you have done?
The good ones. So connected with my car. To get the duplicate Todd Batman, I traded my UR Spider-Man for a Todd Batman, a serial number 131 Laughing Batman, and 300 gems at the time. So that was a pretty good one because I got a real life ticket item out of it too.
And you still have a Todd,
and
right?
I still have another Todd.
Solid, yeah. Don't sell that one.
Yeah, no way. So that was probably like one of my biggest plays. And then of course, like hitting we didn't know it at the time, but hitting the Da Vinci off the drop was huge
big time
too.
right there.
Because at the time too, if you remember, they weren't doing random serial numbers. So it was like
first come, first serve.
Yeah,
first
like
come, first
if you were
serve.
the first one, you hit number 41 or 42 or whatever it was. So I was lucky enough to hit 221, which is going to be a huge. I
think that'll be people will pay a premium for that. I think.
So that's definitely my favorite and my most. Yeah, it's my profile picture on Twitter too. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, what are you more of a fan of, the collectibles or the comics?
I like a good mix of both. Because of this, I became like more of a comic collector, so I like both. But
you have a lot of comics now too, right?
I do have a lot of comics.
Do you have a total number or not yet?
I know. Let's just say I finally had to buy like a box. Like I bought like a legitimate like fireproof like waterproof.
Nice, that's what you want to do.
Yeah. So and that thing said it fits 150 to 175 comics, and that thing's almost full. So yeah, definitely, it's looking like close to 150 at this point, just like raw copies alone. Yeah, that comic started with like the comic collecting really started with the Ultraman comic drop.
Oh yeah, I remember the Scotty Young comic, right?
That's what made me love Scotty Young too.
Yeah,
is because I saw that cover. I was like, damn, dude, that's so unique. Like,
he has his own little style that you can recognize it right away. And even me, I'm a big fan of Scotty Young now too.
If anyone else is a fan of Scotty Young, my boy Dre Ortiz on Twitter too. I talk to him a lot about comics. He's a big comic guy.
Shout out to Dre Ortiz.
He basically gives me the drop on all this kind kind of stuff. He sent me a video the other day on Scotty Young on Instagram where he was actually drawing Batman for the first time.
Wow.
So hopefully we see some Scotty Young with some Batman soon. That would be really, really cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I know some people are having issues right now trying to buy stuff. I'm trying to buy stuff too. And I can't seem to buy anything right now. So it looks like there's a huge issue going on in the market still where people are trying to reserve the orders.
One of mine got delivered. What do we got? I got a rare.
Wow, let's
There it
go.
is. One.
That's big time right there.
Got a rare. Oh.
The reason why I like the rare so much too is the rare is never before seen artwork. So
that was the first one I hit because this one is a huge serial, 41968.
That's
but
awesome.
I'll take it. It's a rare. Let's go.
That's awesome.
Still waiting on one more.
Stu landed the ultra rare. Johnny Boy, appreciate you big time for tuning in today. Yeah, pending for life. I feel like a lot of people haven't got their distributed yet. Or
Yeah, I'm still waiting on one.
VeVe Vibe said, I think this reserve feature is annoying. Yeah, I think a lot of people are having issues right now with it. I'm trying to buy a couple uncommons and I can't seem to lock it in. So I feel like that could be a huge issue. Now, what's your feeling on OMI to NFT? When we start seeing, crypto to NFT, do you think that's going to help the market?
I absolutely do because I think like you're already seeing other countries around the world making like Bitcoin viable. Like you can buy things. What country was it? I forget, but it's like you can go into any store and use Bitcoin and buy whatever product that you want. So I think it's just going to keep going. It's just going to keep growing. And I think it's going to be connected in some way. Like they were talking, or we saw rumors about how Apple is going to, integrate with
AR.
VeVe. Yeah, with AR.
And VeVe and Apple has been talks almost every week.
So I mean, if that comes out and that's just going to be huge, you should be like, I think eventually you're going to be able to see like being able, like we're talking about gamification of the mics. I think someday you'll be able to see like people betting. Not, I shouldn't say like putting up, ETH or putting up OMI, you know what I mean? And staking that and playing the games with each other in the goggles.
I definitely see that happening.
So like that could be, I think it's going to be huge. It's going to be some cool stuff. And we're just getting started here.
Now, another question I had for you was talking about the VeVe NFTs a lot. I think both of us, that's our favorite project, right? We both think VeVe is going to be here for decades.
Yeah, by far.
Now, do you have any other NFTs out there? And if so, what are they?
So my very first NFT that I bought outside of VeVe, oh my God, I almost did it again.
VeVe?
Yeah. Oh my God. So I bought on OpenSea, I bought Afrobots. That's not doing too great, but I mean,
the Afro Droids?
Yeah, Afro Droids. See, I don't need exactly. That's how much I've been paying attention
Shout out to the
it
bots.
recently. Yeah, Afro Droids. I mean, they're doing a really good thing. They donate a lot of their money to the children in need in Africa and stuff like that. They send pictures and videos and stuff. It's really cool. So I have that. I also have Secret Superlative Society. That I think is still going to be huge. They're right now in the middle of building an NFT museum in Bali. So the rumor is that you're going to be able to, if you're a holder, you're going to be able to have like, they're going to eventually have a trip paid for to go to Bali and
for the holders?
Yeah, for the holders. And you'll be able to see your NFT on the wall and stuff like that. So
that's pretty cool.
Hopefully that happens. That would be unreal. So we'll see. Yeah. And then recently, Backhouse.
Okay, in the back gang.
The back house. So
shout out to the back house.
Yeah, I bought a back house. So we'll see how that goes. It's connected with the comic books and stuff like that. So that's what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, that's
get to
pretty
pick
cool.
out the storylines and the characters and stuff like that. So
you want to show what yours looks like? You have a pretty cool looking one.
Yeah, let me see if I can get it.
It's all I see on the Twitter feeds these days. The last couple of days, so you might as well show the fam which one you have. Yeah, I can't buy any uncommons right now.
Let's see if I can show this.
Yeah, that looks pretty sweet. I like that.
You were saying the other day it looks like a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, it does. I feel like Sean from Comics and Crypto had a Ninja Turtle looking one too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the
It's got the purple eyes. It's pretty sick.
Now, do you have a favorite comic on VeVe and in real life?
My favorite one has to be on VeVe. It was definitely be the ASM one.
Ooh, okay.
That one I got lucky too. I got a pretty premium mint. I have a 476. I got that right off the drop.
A 476 common, Amazing Spider-Man?
Yes, 476 common.
Common low mints.
Yeah,
going for premiums.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, like there's been debates and stuff like that on like, you know, whether the secret rare is going to be in the long run and stuff like that. We'll see. I mean, I think people will like to have, you know, what the physical, what the digital looks like the physical in real life.
Like the original cover.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think people will like that a lot.
That's for me. Like since I never collected comics, that's personally why I love it so much.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think like the whole scarcity of the secret rare on a digital, I think eventually they're just going to level out.
That's a good way to look at it. Because, I mean, when you have only 600 of something, you're going to be able to set that floor at extremely high. And I think people will pay for it because, you know, having the comic book, there's demand for it. Yeah. So I think all rarities will do great. Paz has a 465 Amazing Spider-Man number one. So what was your mint number for? What?
467.
Wow. Okay. So you guys are neighbors. Yeah. Pretty solid. Now, have you gotten any of your family members into VeVe? I know you were talking about a little bit them saying they wanted to create accounts, kind of kidding, but it might be kind of serious, you know? Yeah, I haven't actually set it up for them or anything yet, but I mean, they have hinted at me like kind of half kidding and not half kidding, you know what I mean? So if I actually set it up for them, though, I feel like I'd be the one sitting at home with like double fingers for them, like trying to hit the button and stuff. But no one else in my household has actually like set up another account. Okay. I'm actually kind of hoping like maybe I can get my daughter to start doing it. Yeah, you should. Absolutely. Yeah, she's here. Well, you know what I mean? Like have her sit on her phone right next to me. It should be good. So. And I think, you know, the more the younger generations get into the whole digital collecting experience, the more they understand it. I think especially with your family, it may just take something for them to drop that they like. Yeah. Maybe it's a movie that they're really into, that your mom's into or something. Then they say, wow, you can own that? Yeah. And I feel like that's when they start saying like like my dad would never, he doesn't even have a cell phone. So like he was against kind of the whole digital world, but he started thinking about, I think it was a Harley Davidson Captain America bike, Lone Rider. I think the movie is called, I want to say Knight Rider, but I think it's called Lone Rider. Maybe it is. That still might not be the movie name. Maybe I'm butchering it still, but he kept saying to me that Captain America Harley Davidson bike should be an NFT. Yeah. And I was like, wow. Okay. I was like, you're getting it now. Yeah, exactly. I showed my dad the Knight Rider, and he was like, "Really?" He's like, "I remember this when like I was, you know." I showed him this like big example, Werewolf by Night. I showed him that one, and he was like, "Tyler, you don't understand. Like I had all of these." I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "This was my favorite comic book when I was a kid." My dad was born in '65, so he was like 10, you know, by '75, which is like when they started getting really big. And he was like, dude, I had all these. And he's like, and then I unfortunately, I started showing him the prices of what they were like going for and like the real physical ones now. And he was like, started getting like real mad. Like one copy, I think he like went for like $90K. He was like, I had that one. I had it. I was like, that kind of reminds me a little bit of your Pokemon experience. Dude, all right. So let's dive into real quick. Kelvin's saying 40 minutes in after the drop and neither of them are sniffling. Let's go. Yeah, I turned the fans on. So like right now I have that fan on. I have two air purifiers down here. So I feel like it's helping out a little bit. No, we'll see. Good. We'll see how Tyler holds up in a little bit. I'm usually sweating like a pig, like especially with the nervousness and stuff like that. But I'm good right now. So cool. Yeah. So we'll dive into his Pokemon experience because he had all the Pokemon cards and everything. And you know, we're kind of expecting one day maybe we see the P word on VeVe one day. The P word, that's great. We can't say it. Oh, that's amazing. So dive into your Pokemon card experience. All right. So I was a big hockey kid growing up. And if anyone is from like the New Jersey area, I grew up playing at Skater's Choice. It's hockey phenom. Well, let's take it easy on that one. But I grew up playing hockey down there. Every Saturday, my parents would take me to go get something to eat. And then literally right next door was a trading card store. I don't know if you remember Gino's, you know, it's still Gino's Pizzeria in Glassboro is still there. Right next to it now it's a smoke shop. Okay. But it used to be like legitimately all trading cards, the whole store. Wow. So we would go in there. Real quick, do we have a trading card store uptown? Because I think we used to, or we just got a new one. Or we used to have a game store, like board games and stuff, but that went
It's not there.
I gotta
anymore.
find a local card store.
Yeah, we have a comic store, but we don't have
Well, we do have that's what I meant, a comic store. So
we have comic stores
Okay,
uptown, but they don't have any cards in it, like sports cards or anything.
I'll have to get there.
But yeah, my parents used to buy me Pokemon cards all the time. So I was born in 92. The cards came out in 96, 97.
It was our
generation, it was the prime. Like we're talking prime. Anyway, long story short, I would put all my foils, like any foil I ever got, in this white binder, and on the front of it, I'll never forget, I bought, when I was a kid, I had Pokemon shoes, and I cut
Pokemon shoes?
Yeah, shoes,
Nice.
like when the kid. So I cut the top of the box out of it and stuffed it in the front of the binder. Anyway, long story short, I just remember, like, I'm distinctly, the very first card in there was a base Charizard.
Oh,
Like, I'm talking, like, the first print, like, it had to have been, because it was, like, I didn't collect cards after a certain time, like, after we started getting older.
don't tell me it was a first edition.
Yes, like, I'm telling you, like, it was, like,
I feel like you did it. I feel like you had, like, the Bulbasaur, like...
Everything. Like, I had them, like, in order, so it'd be, like, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. Like, I had them evolutionized, like,
oh my
everything. Gosh. Like, and,
I think Miss Rose said she did too. So you and Miss Rose are due to get it on VeVe.
So the horror part of this story is we're moving out of the house on Lexington, and we were all in the attic, and we were like, do we really want to bring all this stuff with us? And one of the last things I picked up was the binder of Pokemon cards, and I looked at it and I was like, nah, like I don't need to bring, like, I don't think so. And I literally distinctly remember just putting them, like, right on the attic floor. And then now, if you go down the street and the house is, like, completely redone,
yeah. So
has, like, a giant garage.
They have kids too.
Yeah.
So I wonder,
it's an amazing house now.
I wonder if they low key just kept them and never sent it. I guarantee you.
Well, I mean, who would? I mean,
you should go back to that house and knock on the door and say, "Hey, listen, you guys own the house I used to live in.
Yeah.
Do you guys still have?"
Dude, it's been 10 years. So my theory is that they found the cards and that's how they fixed the house.
Right? Can you,
yeah,
dude?
so,
I had
like,
the
same.
When you said that to me, I was like, that house got redone and it's like
it's
huge.
Amazing. Like that house, it was just a little house, and now they have a beautiful 2-door car garage with an upstairs apartment in it.
Upstairs is like bigger than my house.
Yeah, and then they have a pool in the backyard now, and the driveway goes straight down to the garage into the backyard. It's just ridiculous. Like, I was like, this house is probably like a $500,000 house now. Like, I was like, they probably just sold my Charizard and really just like and ate it up. I feel
like they had to have, right?
Like, yeah.
But at least you would have like clarification. You would have like
at least I would know what happened to him.
Yeah, you would
like,
at least
I have
know.
no idea now.
I feel like you should knock and ask.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe we'll have to vlog it one day.
Yeah, we'll have to live video it. Like, go walk right up to the door.
People are saying they definitely found the cards.
Yeah, dude, like they have some pretty decent cars, like an Acura and a nice like Jeep SUV too. So it's.
I think they had to have.
I'm telling you, something had to have happened. I'm so mad about that. I'm
gonna go over. Well, just remember, we're gonna relive that same moment just digitally on the VeVe.
Yeah, let's pray.
So, I mean, we don't know for sure if the P word's coming or not, but we're all speculating one day it will. So. We're gearing up for it. I'm going to go over the prices of these real quick. The commons are $30. The uncommons kind of went down a little bit, like 48, but there's a big jump to like 80. And every time I've tried to buy one in between, I just can't buy it. We got the rares are going for $99, $100. We got the ultra rares going for $295. And the secret rares are at $950, then $1K. Interesting about this is, though, the distribution. So we still have more than half to be distributed. So the prices could come back down a little bit. Rest in peace, full Pokemon card map.
Yeah, it was.
We have 13.8K out of 19.6K commons left to be distributed. 10.3K out of 14.4K uncommon. So there's 1.3K out of 1.8K secret rares left to be distributed. So
still got one to be delivered. Let's go.
Yeah, let's hope, man. You get a secret rare of this one, I think it'll make up for all the Pokemon cards too. Maybe not financially in the short term, but in the or I should say in the long term. But in the short term, you got a secret rare.
Yeah.
Star Wars #1, hoping for it.
Let's go.
A lot of people are saying they can't list it. I think there's a lot of errors going on right now with the marketplace. I feel like a lot of people can't list theirs for sale, or people are just struggling to buy it or anything like that. If you guys have any other questions for my guy Tyler Gear, put them in the chat down below. But I think it's just great to touch on different people's experiences, what their thoughts are, and everything like that, because everyone has a different path in VeVe. Some people are just finding it in January. Some people have found it in March. One thing I want to touch on is you said how you had a couple weeks where you signed up and then you didn't buy things until a couple weeks later. What was the reasoning behind that? And then what made that final decision to kind of really pounce and buy after a couple weeks?
Again, just being completely honest, like in the very beginning, you never know if something's going to work out.
Right.
You're kind of just like, I've historically I've had bad luck with like everything.
Right.
So just to come out and to not even have heard of NFTs ever before, and then to all of a sudden be like, all right, here's an application, you need to buy this stuff like now.
Right. So it's actually good that you did download it right away.
Yeah. So at least like I did more with this one than I've had. Like other times I'll just be like, okay, he told me about it, I'll just dive head first. Right. But this one I actually like downloaded the app, I looked at it and I was like, wow, this stuff is actually like pretty cool looking. Like, and this is coming from someone who didn't collect anything, never read a comic book. Like the most superhero thing I've seen was like a movie or like a cartoon on Saturday mornings.
Right.
And now I'm on eBay, like looking up, what's going to be my next Raw comic that I'm going to buy. So yeah, I kind of got off track there. But yeah, so
I was just gonna say, like, what made you really like pounce on it? Because after the 2 weeks,
so we had the 2 weeks, and then that's when you were texting me and you were just like,
things are selling out.
You were like, dude, I've never seen this before. Like things are literally like just going. Like you can literally watch like the count on things like just drop drastically when you would reload the page.
That was such a crazy time.
And he was going nuts. And like at the time, I'm like, oh, I'm starting to really panic. I'm like
FOMO, right?
Like I need to do something now about it. Yeah. So like to think of like it just kind of like makes me mad that like if I bought something day one, like I don't know if the Todds were sold out by like March 4th.
I think they were. Well, it was so strange because I joined March. I think I downloaded it March 2nd.
Uh-huh.
And I made my first I downloaded it March 1st, and I made my first purchase March 3rd. It was like a day or two after.
Okay.
And then 1 or 2 days after that, the market shut down, I think.
Okay.
So, because I remember people saying, like, it happened so quickly. Like, I remember there was 6,000 Todds when I joined, in store, in stock. And by the time I bought one, there was only maybe like, by the time I bought my duplicate, there was only maybe like 3,000 left now. Mm-hmm. And my biggest, not regret, but I guess mistake, if you're trying to time it perfectly, I was ready maybe a few days in or a day or two in, I was ready to go hard and like max out on Todds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I already had maybe like 3 or 4 at this moment, or maybe like 5 of them I got, but I was really ready to just max out my credit card and just go all in right on Todds. And my buddy Sandman, he was early on in the community. I'm not sure if he's really into the community as much anymore, but still a great person. He just has a lot of real life stuff going on, so he hasn't been as active. But he's the one who sat on the phone with me for 4 or 5 hours to figure out how to buy Omi with Bit4X, to understand all this kind of stuff. I had no idea. So it probably took about 3 hours because I knew nothing, but we just kept talking about all kinds of things. And then I just remember I was telling him, I was like, dude, as soon as we hang up, I'm unloading on Todds. I think you should too. They're selling out as we speak, but there's still like 1,000 or 2. By the time I hung up that phone, I went to max out the Todds. They were sold out. I hung up the phone and they were sold out. And I was like, oh my God, they're gone. I was like, it happened. I felt great because I still had like a handful, but I was like, oh my God, like it finally sold out. So that was a turning point right there. And I remember my first purchase, Pasmania knows if he's still tuned in, was the $83 Starfire in the marketplace.
I remember you telling me about that. That's unreal.
That was and the thing about it, I was in the marketplace for the first time, like March 3rd or 4th. I see the Starfire had just sold out. There's only a couple things that sold out. Starfire is one of them. I was like, let me try and purchase this one. It's test out this market thing. It's a little bit above retail because I think retail was like 60 maybe or something. I was like, let me just buy it. And so I bought it that night or the next day. The market shut down forever. Or not forever, but for like a couple months. And I was like, wow. that's a steal. Like, I didn't realize it was a steal at the time. And then I just remember when the market started opening up, people were starting to panic because even we had Rizzo's, or I didn't have a Rizzo at the time, but we had big things listed in the market for whatever the prices were going for beginning of the market. Well, the market didn't open for like a month or two. So by the time it was about to reopen, prices were way different. And so people were like, wait, don't open the market because I have like a Rizzo listed for 1,000 or whatever it was, right? And so luckily everybody did reach out to VeVe, and VeVe just got rid of the whole, like when you open the market, it was gone, and then we had to relist it basically. And that was a blessing because I think people would have had huge advantages right there. That was when Rizzos were like $400 in the marketplace. Crazy. Dubes has a question for you. Favorite collectible you own on VeVe other than Todd? I think you touched on this a little bit, but you touched on it again?
It has to be the Pride.
Yeah, the first ever Givenchy.
Yeah.
The Givenchy.
Yeah, my girlfriend likes to correct me all the time. She says it's Givenchy. So that's unofficial, but kind of official. You know what I mean?
Right. It is. I mean,
yeah.
We always say Givenchy.
Yeah,
but it's really
I used to say Givenchy, like whatever.
Right.
But, yeah, Givenchy. Pride is definitely my favorite one. Yeah, for sure.
Real quick, so many people just got secret rares. Let's go. Check yours. You never know.
Yeah, no way.
Derek Atkins got a secret rare. Ken Penguin got an ultra rare. Stefan got a secret rare. Johnny West Coast got a secret rare.
Get out of here. I'm still pending.
Still pending. We got pending gate right now.
Still pending.
Will this make the JD VeVe documentary? I think it will. This is the first ever interview. This is my childhood good friend. One of my best friends. We grew up together. So
we went to elementary school together, which is right down the street. We
which
grew
is pretty
up on
crazy.
The same street. Yeah.
We really did.
We grew up on the same street, everything. So known each other for a very, very, very long time.
One thing is I want to touch on, Kira sent me a lot of people having issues right now. I can't seem to buy anything. Some people are having issues listing stuff too. Oh, I read this as December got a secret rare. I'm hoping to get a secret rare. One thing I want to ask is, you touched a little bit. What was I going to say here? The VeVe documentary. I just lost what I was going to ask. Dang it. I had a good question too. That's the problem, Kurosemi, right now. A lot of people are having issues. So I'm not sure what it is, but every time I try to go buy something, it's just popping up to where like I can't buy. I can't buy any uncommons right now. Uncommon, $67 is the floor price.
Yeah, it's just the popularity of the drop. Everyone's trying to get it. Let's just mark it up to that.
I would agree. $98 for the rare. The ultra rare is $300. The secret rare is going for 1.2K now.
There we go.
Shout out to everyone who got the secret rare. I think this is a great one. Diego got 6 total. Solid job. Speaking of the movie tickets, let's talk about that for a little bit. This one,
Jurassic?
Yeah, let me ask you about this. So a lot of people understand what's going on with the whole Jurassic Park AMC kind of partnership here. Anybody who signed up to get those double feature tickets will get a free NFT with the promo code on VeVe. And once I saw that, it interested me right away. I got 2 tickets, maybe even 4 tickets. I got 6 tickets right away, but refunded the 2. So I think I'm left with 4 tickets. But let me ask you about that. Were you interested in it right away? Were you not? Did you get tickets? What's your thoughts on that?
I was definitely interested in it right away. NFT aside, the double feature, and my girlfriend loves Jurassic Park. She's like she's a big fan. So I figured it would be like kind of like a double yes. Like she gets what she wants, I get what I want kind of thing. Everyone wins.
Yeah.
Happy wife.
Nice
happy
little
life.
date night too.
Yeah. So double feature. If you guys don't know, it's playing the original Jurassic Park, the 1993. And then they're going to play the brand new one, which, if anyone doesn't know yet, has the original cast in it. So I think that's why they're double featuring it too.
I think that's pretty sweet too.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's good. Is it the last Jurassic movie they're ever making? I think it might be the end.
I didn't hear that. If it was, it makes me want to see it even more.
I think that's why they're doing the original cast to bring them back.
Wow.
It's because it's going to be the last Jurassic Park movie. Yeah.
Does anybody know in the chat can confirm that? That'd be awesome. I mean, kind of be sad too at the same time, but I mean, I'm a big fan of Jurassic Park as well too.
I'm about to buy the pop. They have a $60 pop on Entertainment.
Of the T-Rex, right?
Yeah, it has the T-Rex eating another.
Don't tell me that. I gotta limit my
And then it
Funko.
has the Jurassic movie poster in the background, kind of like how the Todd has the comic background. This one has the.
I'm excited for that one. Did you get that Funko Pop?
I did.
Nice.
I got that one too. So I went a little crazy. I think Moon Knight has become like one of my favorite things recently.
Wow. Okay. Did you watch it? Are you watching it on Disney Plus?
So yes. The last episode of the series came out today, actually. So I haven't watched it yet. So I'm probably gonna go home right after this.
Nice.
And enjoy that finale. So that's been an absolute sick series.
I haven't watched it yet. Now, how did you get Disney Plus with the subscription?
Yeah. Wow. So there you go, utility, ladies and gentlemen. I've got lucky with my very first golden moment I got was the Pixar Planet Pizza truck, and it came with the subscription, and I was lucky. You know, that's how I'm watching it. So
yeah, that is awesome.
It's really cool. Really good series. I recommend it.
Episode 6 was great. I think a lot of people from the community are watching it too.
Yeah.
I know Dan Strawbell's a huge fan of it. I think a lot of people are just fans of watching it. I think Moon Knight will continue to gain popularity. Alex is saying it is the last Jurassic Park. Wow.
Yeah.
Kind of sad about that. You know, I'm a big fan of Jurassic Park. Dude said last one until they decide,
exactly.
Let's make some money.
Yeah. They'll just start over with a new group of people who, you know.
Let's go. Miss Rose got an uncommon. I think that one's going to do great. That's the one I was trying to buy, actually.
I kind of want to buy that one, too. They said it's the original movie poster, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's going to do well. It's 65 right now. Every time I tried buying one from 60 to 70, I couldn't buy one. I don't really want to pay over 90 for it right now. The rare's at 100. The ultra rare's at 300, 280. Secret rare's at 1.1K.
God, I need to hit that secret rare.
We got My Collectibles in the building. Got a 3-digit comment on the drop. Wow, bought the secret rare for $9.50. Let's go. Shout out My Collectibles. Got a 3-digit comment. Wow. I still have yet to get one. I think they're all going to be premiums for sure. They're going to do great. 3-digit comment on the drop. My Collectibles. That's the keeper right there. That's going to be huge. Bought a 4-digit uncommon for 90. That's a bit. My Collectibles had a great drop today. Austin, he got 2 of them so far. Got 1 uncommon. May the 4th be with you with that secret rare as the last drop, my man. Did your second one come in yet or no?
No, I just checked. It's still pending.
My Collectibles is a legend. That's a fact. My Collectibles also a certified sniper today. Or after today, I should say. Yeah, 3-digit mints are going for a premium right now in the commons. Let's see here. The cheapest one right now is going for $640. $640 for a 3-digit common. So don't hate on the commons.
Like I said, I think maybe they're over time they'll level out with the secret rares. Just secret rares will have the scarcity, and the commons will have the
original cover.
So
yeah. Getsy, I feel like a lot of people are having issues right now, whether trying to buy a collectible and list a collectible. I think a lot of people are having issues. I'm not sure why. The only legend here is Johnny Dunn, OG Drop Master. Now, My Collectibles, you're turning into a legend. I think you're already a legend yourself. We're all legends. Anything else you want to wrap up with? Maybe your predictions of where you see the VeVe-verse going, kind of short term, but then long term. We obviously know the VeVe-verse isn't going to be fully here right away. It's going to be kind of iterations, but what do you kind of see, like how we first, because they do say we are going to get the first iterations of the VeVe-verse later this year.
Okay.
Probably like a simplified version of it.
Yeah.
And then where do you see it kind of going long term? If you had any kind of long term visions or predictions of where we see it going?
Yeah. So short term, I think, like we were talking about before, I think like once they start rolling out like cash out and like KYC and all that, you'll have like the flippers that are going to want to get out. So don't panic if the market does go down a little bit more. It's not going to go much more because they're still going to want their money. But then after that, you're just going to be left with the people who like really want to collect and like really know the value of these things in the long term holders. Speaking like long term, if they make a deal with Apple, like you're talking
Game over.
about like you're talking about like Apple technology, like Amazon. You know what I mean? Like there's top companies and everything, and if they join with Apple, it's just going to be like sky's the limit. Like you're talking about
Apple's going to want to promote them because they have Disney and Marvel,
yeah,
DC.
Exactly. They're going to be like all over the place. Like you're going to be able to take like your Apple AR glasses into Disney World, and you know what I mean. And you're gonna you'll be able to have like
getting the chills right now.
Your golden moment, like walking with you or something like that, and other people like wearing
will
the glasses
see it
will
with
be
you.
able to see it. You know, could you imagine like walking around Disney with like a waltz, like your partner?
Oh my gosh.
Like, you know, like it's a flex, and
we kind of see that technology happen right now with other projects like Artifacts and Nike with the wearable augmented reality, to where you're going to be wearing the augmented reality glasses and see those Nike sneakers on people's, you know, actual body. And so I think that would be amazing to kind of have the Apple partnership, walk into the Disney parks. Woo!
Yeah, like you already see it. Like I think Nike, like you can like VR, like scan your foot and like scroll through all the shoe options they have, and it will like literally put the shoe on your foot, and you can see what it looks like. So I mean, it's definitely here. Back house with the Snapchat filters, you'll be able to wear the mask soon. So it's coming, and it's coming hard. So.
I feel like that's the thing too. A lot of times people think, oh, this is only for 2030, 2050. And it's like, I don't think people have realized how fast the technology is evolving, quicker and quicker. I mean, just look back 20 years ago, right? And where we're at today. So many things have changed since, you know, the very first start of the internet. I feel like this is almost the 1990s of the internet, you know, of the new internet, internet 3.0, as everyone says. So
yeah, and that's kind of crazy because I think like like me and you in particular, like our generation kind of went from like that gradual like increase
pre-internet, internet,
like
pre-cell phones.
Like we didn't like remember when we were kids, we legitimately didn't have internet. Like
no.
And then it got to like dial up. Like literally, like you would have to like you would hear your computer dial like a phone, like, and then like your internet would load up and stuff like that. Like and then it went from like having like Nokia flip phones to the first iPhone. Like I remember when we saw the first iPhone, I think we were freshmen in high school.
Yep.
And I was like, what in the world?
The Slacks at him. Shout out to Barb.
Yeah, I think the very first person I remember seeing one was Timmy McGinley.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I
remember
think he was the first one I ever seen one with.
So. I remember seeing Barb. Shout out to Barb Slack. You know, I remember seeing Barb. You know, freshman year in high school, having the iPhone. I remember thinking like, wow, got the internet at all times.
It's ridiculous.
And so, like you said about our generations, you know, people our age in our generation, we grew up at a crazy time because we had so many different things. You know, people growing up now only have internet. Only they're born into cell phones. They're born into the internet, which is fine. I mean, you can't control that. It's just crazy that we had
the world evolves.
Right. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you got to adapt.
Like we had pre-internet, pre-cell phones, like pre-social media. We got a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And kind of what you touched on there with the Nokia old cell phones being like bricks.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see augmented reality and VR goggles today. Like
Oculus.
huge, big, kind of bulky things. And in 5 years from now, I think they're going to sleek down.
I think you were the one that said there was just going to be like your regular glasses.
Literally, that's how I see things.
Like you'll be able to just like put
you got the Apple AR glasses on right now. And they've tried things like that with the Google Glass and stuff like that before, but I think that was almost too early. Like we weren't ready for that yet. They had blockchain, but it wasn't like for the masses just yet. Mainstream wasn't getting involved. And for the first time ever, we can actually verify ownership of something digital now.
Yeah.
So because of all these technologies kind of all happening at that same moment, I think it's just, you know, an amazing time to be here.
Yeah, remember when people were trying to sell us Bitcoin in high school too?
Like,
this is stupid.
Like 2011, we graduated high school, and you know, Bitcoin was not what it is right now. And the people that got into it early were probably, you know, made fun of, laughing about. Yeah. But now it's like, you know, it pays off that way.
Hey, look, that's this now.
So many people, I agree with that 100%.
That's this now. Like
the digital collectibles, the high-end VeVe digital collectibles, a lot of people are comparing it almost to Bitcoin back in the day. And that's the thing, you know, we're going to go through ebbs and flows, right? Things won't always be booming to the top right away. Things will retrace a little bit, but when they retrace, they're always a little bit more than what they were before. And so I think it's just a matter of time before the world gets into digital collecting. We got Taps in the building. Shout out to Taps Trades. How we doing, brother? Are you both from the same batch, JD? You're 95, right? 93. No. So yeah, I'm 90. What are you, 92?
I'm a 92. So I was born in December of 92.
Okay, yeah, I'm a 93.
Yeah.
Google was too early. I agree. Same exact thoughts here, Austin. Google Glass, like that has been around. The AR technology with these glasses has been around for a while, but it was just before we could really, or not before the blockchain, but before the blockchain was widespread to the masses, really understanding it and everything like that. Paz was born in 88. One thing I want to ask you is, if you could kind of do anything a little bit different right now on the VeVe app than what's on there right now, what would be some of the things that you would include or take away? Or what are some things on the app that you would improve or anything like that?
I mean, I think right now it's pretty great. I think they're still kind of working with how like the organization of like the comics on the market and stuff like that. I mean, I really don't have any complaints. One thing I think that would be really cool to see is like on the market tab, if you could do like straight up trades.
I know a lot of people are waiting for those trades.
Yeah, so if like if you could say like, oh, here's my Todd, and then you list like 5 collectibles that you would be willing to take for it in return, and then you could do it straight up,
like offer trades.
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like that.
Offer trades and whatnot. I mean, it's not a must. Like, I'm not saying, oh, like I'm not going to use it unless they put this in. I just think it'd be a cool little feature to put in. But I mean, other than that, I don't have any complaints with it. I really don't. So.
Yeah, I think that's a great point right there. I mean, the trades I think are going to help out, kind of make it a little bit more fun too.
Yeah.
Kind of like not so much gamification, but just another layer to where you can interact with different people that way.
Yeah.
I could be sending you a bunch of BS trades, and hopefully you accept one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the trades on the app will be a big factor. So that way you don't have to do things outside of the app.
Kind of eliminates that, that
room for error or getting scammed or anything like that. I think we will see the trades together once we get that VeVe web app coming.
Yeah.
Once we get that desktop, I think that's gonna be a big one.
I think like once that app is like up and running fully, that's when this thing is really you're gonna start to see a lot more happening and a lot more integrated into this.
I agree.
Yeah.
Someone's saying everything is high because you can't resell. Be careful, y'all. So I do think there is kind of like an issue. Year of the Dragon. A lot of people are having an issue relisting right now in the market. So people are saying things could be high because of that. I think a combination of things. I mean, I think prices are high because it's Star Wars #1. I think it's high because right now there's not many have been distributed. So if you look at the editions, let's see. So there's still 11.5K out of 19.6K commons left to be distributed. So still a little bit more than half. So I think that could possibly be playing a factor as well too.
Market anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? I mean, sometimes it can be so popular to where
really
you don't really want to risk it going down and then being like, wow, it never went down.
I have taken a lot of L's doing that too, though, so you do have to be careful.
Definitely have to be careful. Yeah. I feel like it's one of those that could work in your favor, work against you. Yeah. You got to be really making sure that you like what you're buying, a little bit overpriced. Like I did. One thing that I remember one time it really worked in my favor. Like Tyler said, sometimes it doesn't work in your favor. Things when, the first ever Disney drop, when the Homer and Bart got released, this actually impacted you because you weren't able to buy it. I remember you were getting upset with this one. I agree, because when it first came out, it was like $60, right? $65. Mm-hmm. We were all trying to buy them, lock them in, buy one for $70, buy one for $75, $80. Yeah. It just was not working, right? Yeah. So frustrating. So I kind of bit the bullet and I scrolled all the way down. I was trying to buy one for $150, couldn't do it. And I was like, this is ridiculous, right? So I said, you know what? I don't care. I'm getting the first ever one. So I went down, bought a $200 Bart and Homer. People were like, what did you just do, Johnny? The floor price is $70. And I agreed. I was like, probably overpaid. I don't know if it's going to work out. I think it will. Ended up being a 3-digit too. I just got lucky. It just happened to be a 3-digit. I didn't even look for a 3-digit. It just happened to be one. And then I bought it and we saw the Homer go up in value. So I feel like there's positives. There's plenty of times where I do that with another comic or another collectible and it goes down a little bit before it goes back up. So I feel like you got to make sure when you do that, you got to make sure you really want to lock it in. You really enjoy it. You like it. You believe in it, because plenty of times where we could buy it and it goes right back down on us.
I did that with the Invisible Woman Mighty.
Oh, okay.
This was when the Invisible Woman was getting her own drop, like her own, like the 5 figures, and they were animated and stuff like that. And then as soon as that released and people found out that that one wasn't going to be an FA and the FA was going to be the Mighty,
right.
then the mad dash to that one happened. And I couldn't, they were going from like 60, 70, 80, and it finally hit like 90. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to buy one at 99. It has
Let
to
it
go
run up.
and let it run up. Like, and I think like right now, what is it? It's probably like at 20 or something.
Yeah, it went right back
yeah,
down.
and then like, but the thing was, is like as soon as I bought it at 99, it just went flat. And like as soon as I
You were
bought
the
it,
top.
and then I bought it literally at the peak, and then it would just went straight back down. I was like, ah, crap.
Oh man,
You know,
that's hilarious.
It
It
is
happens.
what-
Though.
it is what it is. Like you can't
Win them all,
yeah.
right?
in you know, who knows? In 5 years, that thing could be worth 500. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just gonna sit on it and hold. I'd rather not take the extreme L,
Yeah,
the extreme
absolutely.
loss. You know what I mean? Like, so
Absolutely, I agree with that one. Can't list for sale, but I bought from market. Interesting. So I had an issue buying. I couldn't buy it. It was just always locked up. Dubs, take it easy, brother. Take it easy. Talk to you later, brother. And shout out to you, dudes. I believe you got the secret rare today. Amazing job, man. Congrats on the pickup.
fire.
Amazing drop. December, did you get yours yet? I'm not sure what rarity you got. I know you got one of them. Tabs, how did we do on the drop, brother? I know you went for the drop. How to grab this one. Let me know what you got if it got delivered yet. VeVe Vibes, did you get that ultra rare in yet? Want to take a look, see what some of the fam got? I'm going to go over the prices one more time.
Still haven't gotten that last one.
No, it still hasn't been delivered?
Mm-mm.
Nice deal for a secret rare. Oh, still pending? All right. Take it easy, December. Good night. Appreciate you, as always, for tuning in. Glad you finally got one today, though. I got locked out of the app. Blah. Oh, Milestone Ranch. How did you get locked out? I know some people are having a lot of issues right now when they were going to buy one, exiting out. If you do it just even a couple times, you may get disabled. So make sure, if you really are going to go buy one, make sure you actually go in to buy one so you don't get kind of disabled by accident. Wow, Curious sent me. I feel like everyone got secret rares today. Unbelievable,
Let's hope.
man.
I'm
Hopefully,
still pending. Still
what mint
pending.
number was it? You don't know, right?
This one, the last one I had was like a 24K or something like that. My rare was 40 something.
I got two, one uncommon and waiting on the other. Wow, Taps. Amazing job. I got a common again. My luck wasn't great on this one, but shout out to you, brother. I think the uncommon will do really well. Let's see here. All right, the common. Common's 36. Let me look at the low mints real quick. Low mints have a big demand. All right, so the 226 mint's going for 29K. Let me see what the lowest 3-digit mint is here. Looks like $500 is the lowest 3-digit mint. Uncommon for Horgo. Uncommon's gaining value. Uncommon's back up to 80. Paz may wish he have held on to it. We'll see what happens though, because some of them still have to be delivered. Going for $80 right now. We got a bot in here. Let me make sure I block the bot. This is another one. Bots are going after this one, huh? Second bot I just have to block. Or maybe it's the same one, it looks like. Okay. JD, I got super lucky today. Wow, punch it to ultra rare. Oh, solid job getting the Mother's Day poster. Solid job, Punch. Solid job. The rare is going for 97, just under 100. So the rare and the uncommon, I think the uncommon may flip the rare. But the rare is great too because it's never before seen artwork. So that's going to be a big one. Did you get the rare?
I got the rare.
Oh, man.
No, it's okay. Hey.
I think the rare will still do good.
Yeah,
Ultra rare is at 315. I think once people realize that it's a never before seen artwork, that's when people will be like, oh. I don't think people realize that just yet.
Hey, it's okay. The uncommon's really good too.
Yeah, definitely. We got the secret rare below 1K still, 998. I will probably try to maybe grab one of those. Maybe I'll wait a little bit, see if it goes down. But I may just have to bite the bullet, add some more gems. Bots left VeVe to join JD stream. It looks like it. Wow, Abby S just got his comic, and it's a secret rare, first one ever. Would you have, since it's Star Wars first secret rare, would you
Hold.
Oh yeah, would you hold? I would definitely hold.
Yeah,
Um,
hold that. First Star Wars.
yeah, Star
comic,
Wars
yeah.
number one.
Hold that.
Again, I think there will be maybe more, future, more valuable comics, but I think people may be underestimating the first ever Star Wars number one on VeVe. I think that's going to be a big deal as they roll out more comics in the future. I mean, this is legendary. This is Star Wars issue number one, right?
Yeah, you'll still have like those ASM ones and like the FF1 and stuff like that. That'll be more, but you're still talking about like Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is still a big one.
And secret rare, you're talking, I think, top 10 comic.
So many bot listings in the market. Whoever got mint number 1977 probably tore a hamstring doing the yeah, I think that's a crazy big mint number. If anybody's able to get 1977, I think that's a huge one. December said, nice to meet you, Tyler.
Nice to meet you, buddy.
Rare's official, gonna buy the entire set. Punches winning. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ken Penguin had hit the secret rare, I think, too. Ultra rare. I forget what Ken Penguin got, but that's what I wanted to see today. A lot of people did well in the drop. I didn't do the best on the drop, but I felt like I had the best timing ever, so I'm happy about that at least.
You got one.
Got one of them. That's all. That's all that matters, really. This is the way I think Secret Rare is a top 3 book on the app. Yeah, I think it will do big. Anytime you get the first issue of Star Wars, I think Star Wars is such a big brand. You have such a loyal fan base with it.
Forever. Like, that'll be around forever.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's all ages too, right? I mean, there's, older people that are into Star Wars, young kids, and literally everywhere in between. Definitely seems undervalued at the moment. Yeah. And you never know too, right? What we're going to get in the future, what kind of drops we're going to get. One thing I wanted to ask you, Tyler, is what kind of collectibles do you predict that we're going to get of Star Wars rolling up to May 5th? Do you think we're going to get all of them? You think we're only going to get a couple? What kind of collectibles do you think we're going to see next and up until May 25th, I should say?
Well, let's just go. Let me start with this. I may not have been the first person to say this yet today, but I'm gonna predict that there's gonna be a secret drop at some point today.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Let's go with that. I think that they're holding out and they're gonna do like the whole. I don't know if they did it with Lucky or they did it with.
They did definitely
where they only did like a 15-minute, like, hey, 15-minute heads up, like, hey, by the way, this is dropping in 15 minutes.
Oh, could you guys imagine that? Usually, if that happens,
Star Wars too, like,
it'd be at like 3 p.m. right?
Yeah,
because that's usually when the second drop is. The day 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Imagine a nice little golden Darth Vader or something.
Oh man, don't say that. You don't have enough gems.
Yeah. So imagine one of those bad boys just showing up, 3 p.m. Eastern time here. So I'm hoping that more Star Wars in the future. I'm gonna assume they have a good track record with vehicles on the app. So I'm gonna go maybe some spaceships and some other vehicles like that maybe. That'd be some cool ones.
I like that. I haven't really heard too many predictions with the vehicles. I definitely think they're going to be dropping some crazy Star Wars vehicles. I'm seeing a lot of Boba Fett right now. I think that'll be a big one and a highly anticipated one.
Yeah, I think especially with Disney Plus, like Boba Fett has his own series now too. So I think they'll do the same thing like they would with Moon Knight. So they might do something with Boba Fett like they did with Moon Knight.
Obi-Wan too.
Yeah,
I think May 25th.
There was Obi-Wan. For all the people that do like comics out there, Obi-Wan #1 dropped today. I got to go to the store and pick that up later today too. But
will you be going to the one uptown?
No, I subscribe to a comic place up by my girlfriend's house in Woodbury. So whenever I leave her house, and I just stop right at the store. Anyway, like I strategically placed that one. Yeah, yeah. I do want to make one prediction though. I think that what they're going to do is lightsabers. I think they're gonna do. They'll have like 4 or 5 lightsabers, and they'll have like the Darth Maul, like the double one. Then they'll have the different colors.
That's a great idea.
I think they're gonna have that, and they're gonna be like animated, where they'll be like you press on them and you'll see the lightsaber actually.
Oh man!
And like make the
lightsaber
noise.
collection.
And like imagine if you could like once it's open, like you can like pretend like use your thumb to like swivel it side to side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow, that would actually be so sick.
Like that would be pretty cool. I think that one would be like a blockbuster, but
especially if you could kind of move it around.
That's
and
like and imagine like on the
in the
app or something like
showrooms.
that, meet up with someone in like, you know, like in VR. Like they already have a lightsaber
Right, you're
battling game. You know what I mean? On
Wow.
Oculus. You know, you have like your Apple glasses on, and you're out in the middle of the park, and all of a sudden you see the dude whip out
That's gonna
a lightsaber, and you're like, oh yeah,
That's
okay.
crazy.
Like some random dude, yeah.
And what's great about that is it's not like
Yeah.
some random lightsaber. It's the Star Wars licensed
Yeah.
lightsabers. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
Punch is saying lightsabers will win. Game over.
Yeah.
Agree completely for lightsabers. I think that's a great point you just brought up. I don't think many people were really anticipating, you know, just a lightsaber collection.
Yeah.
But you bringing that up, I think, just really
Write it down. Bookmark this.
He's an alien.
Bookmark
fellow
it.
alien. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that left me to a question I got to ask you. You know, Miss Rose and I talk about aliens all the time. Do you believe in aliens?
I believe in aliens. I think they're out there.
Let's go.
I think they're out there.
I had to get that question.
Yeah. Yeah. I watch a lot of documentaries. I'm one of those guys. So, yeah. I'm a big conspiracy theorist.
Nice. Same
So,
here.
I not that I 100% believe in all the conspiracies that I hear,
Right.
but I just like to hear them because it kind of
Keep your mind
makes
open. You
think.
never
Yeah.
know. Right.
Yeah. You know, you don't want to believe everything you hear from everyone. You want to make your own
Yeah.
decisions.
I think if a
and stuff
secret
like
rare lightsaber dropped right now, it'd be over 1,000 with how high the sediment is.
that would be a gold lightsaber.
Oh my gosh. You just
A gold handle, and then what could happen is like you don't know what color you're gonna get until like you go into the app
and actually
open it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
VeVe, I hope you're listening.
Yeah,
If you guys haven't made the lightsaber collection yet,
there we go.
I
I'm
think
willing to
it'd
collaborate on that.
be- May 15th is the new season. Is that official, Austin? Is when the new season?
Oh, wow, really?
I'm not even sure if they officially put that out there just yet, but someone else, before I get to that comment, I want to get to one. Goran ACD said, keep streaming until the secret rare drop.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got to work at 2 Eastern, so
You're wrapping up in a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's see. Hey, you guys should definitely go hit up a comic book shop and videotape it live. We definitely should.
We should do
I've been
something.
thinking about doing it with the Uptown one, and maybe we
Yeah.
could both do it.
Yeah.
Because I think I saw NFT Pirates, and also I saw from the Omi Homies Max. You know, I loved watching his the comic vlogs of
Yeah.
going into like the stores, and
Yeah.
because that way you can get to see like a sentiment of the owner's kind of reaction to the VeVe NFTs if he likes it.
We'll show them to him too, right there. Be like, hey, have you ever seen this before? And
Right.
slap a comic right on his
Right, exactly.
and see what he thinks of it and get his live reaction or something. I mean, it's a good idea.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool, yeah.
And I've seen it go both ways. You know, I've seen it where people kind of were interested right away. I've seen people kind of laugh at it and say, yeah, but it's not real. But then we could be like, well, the only reason why we're in this store is because of the digital
because of
NFTs.
this, yeah.
So I think, you know, shout out to people like Elite Comics and everything like that who are into the physical comic world, because
Bridging that gap.
exactly, getting on the ground floor, understanding what the digital can do for the physical and what the physical can do for the digital too. They both go hand in hand. So I love to see those original comic dealers, shops have an open mind to this whole industry.
Yeah, I think we were talking about earlier too how like we were talking about actually you go into a comic shop and a comic shop will have its own little NFT, like a logo of its you know, its store logo, and every time you go into the store or something like that or make a purchase or something,
Get a
like
little
they have
discount.
exclusive NFTs.
Oh, exclusive.
You know, you can have like say they work with VeVe, and they'd be like, okay, well, if you spend this much amount of money here, you get this amount of rewards points. You can redeem a promo code for
Whoa,
special,
I
you know what
love
mean?
it.
Like they're doing with the Jurassic, you know, the promotion codes and stuff.
I
like that.
love it. I definitely
So-
think that's in the works. Maybe not right away, but as we maybe a year or so. I think if they haven't, they should be listening, because I think that's an amazing idea. I think that kind of stuff will be rolled out eventually.
Yeah, not even comic shops, but like even like Disney. Going back to Disney, you walk into a Disney store and you just went on Magic Mountain, or you know, one of the rides, and at the end they be like, okay, you rode this ride. Here's a promotion code. Go download the app.
Boom! Get a digital collectible of the ride on VeVe.
Yeah.
Game over.
There you go.
And this is the stuff that I definitely see happening. I think we probably would have seen it happen already if we didn't have this crazy big explosion. But even so, I mean, I think it was all geared to happen kind of in 2022, 2023, and so on. It's just that we're here early. We're here before all this stuff gets rolled out. And I always say to people that kind of have complaints, some people say, yeah, but we're still 10 years away, et cetera. It's like, okay, maybe we are, at the long term, right? Maybe it's only a couple years, maybe it's 5, or maybe it's 10 years, right? Would you rather be 10 years early to the next greatest evolution or revolutionary shift, or would you rather be 10 years late? When everything's perfect, smooth sailing, it's an obvious, choice. I'd rather be 10 years early on the ground floor, help shaping this whole entire culture and everything, because, I truly believe it's just the beginning of digital collecting.
We were just talking about how 10 years ago, how Bitcoin was nothing. And now
Right.
10 years later, it's worth what it is. So it'll be worth the wait.
I definitely agree.
Hold.
Let me just
Let me see if it came in. Nope.
Still waiting?
Still waiting. They're gonna hold out and it'll be a common.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, it'll be the very last edition too.
Let me just see if this works. Oh. Okay. So I just tried adding in gems. It didn't work. I hope I don't get bills. I just had that issue.
Could you imagine like 900?
Yeah, it'd be a big. I have been just adding it up lately. I did just have kind of a gem issue, but VeVe did a great job at resolving it very quickly. Also, I think there's another interview going on about half hour. VeVe just tweeted out. Reese just tweeted out. I think it's with Essentially Crypto. Wow, I can't enter my password in on stream right now. Why can't I enter it? Very strange. I hope I'm not getting billed for all these. Because it's not going through.
So we'll start a GoFundMe for the OG.
All right, uncommon price prediction for next year. Oh, great question here. I definitely think the uncommon is going to be probably over $100. I mean, it's almost at 100 right now. Probably like 70, 80. It's hard to tell the exact price point, but movie poster of the Star Wars, it's at 59 right now. I see it, at least doubling. Mo, I got a common high mint. Tyler, what did you get? You got a rare?
I got a rare at a really high mint. It was like 43K.
And one's pending?
And then one's pending at like 24K.
Coca-Cola says, and here comes the crash. It really all depends on what's dropping next. Let me see here. Let me try to read what Reese just pointed out. All right, so see you in a half hour. We'll probably be wrapping up the stream in just a moment, but before then, Essentially Crypto says, may the 4th be with you. AMA live stream interview with Reese at 10 a.m. PT. Reese just tweeted out. Just gave it a retweet. So make sure you guys go follow Essentially Crypto on YouTube as well, too. I'll be probably in the live chat if I'm not streaming it. I probably won't be streaming it, but I'll just be tuning in, watching that one. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, is that backyard baseball?
Yeah. Some old school games over there.
Yeah.
Let me just, I'm trying to add in some gems.
Yeah, you're good, man. That's so funny.
There we go. All right, I really hope I didn't just get billed for all of them. That would be insane. What do you think the secret rare will be? Mr. Planet, is that what you're asking for? The secret rare? Oh. It's at 1K right now. Thumbs up, guys. Appreciate that big time. I don't know. I think the secret rare will do really well. I think in the short term, it all depends on what gets dropped. If they drop Star Wars collectibles soon, I don't know. I think it could maybe in the short term get hurt a little bit. But there's only, 1,200, 1,400, 1,800 secret rares. There's a little bit amount of them, a little bit more amount than 600 typically. I would say because of that, in the short term, if they release a collectible Star Wars, it goes down a little bit, I think. But in the medium to long term, I think it's an obvious hold. I think it's going to do well. I see maybe a couple thousand. Someone, I think it was Kurosemi, said if this was January, February, the secret rare would be like 10K. I kind of agree with that.
That's kind of how I see it, honestly. Is like right now we're in a dip. And if you probably compare that one to other secret rares that have been dropped recently, it's like a huge difference. Like huge difference.
I think having, the first ever Star Wars will be a premium. And the low mints absolutely will go crazy. I mean, we're already seeing the low mints of the commons go for a pretty high amount right now.
I mean, just to give it a comparison, I'm looking at the FA New Mutants for Deadpool, and it's sitting at 1.3K right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, and the Star Wars one just came out today, and it's sitting at 990. So yeah. I think it's like it'll shoot up immediately.
Yeah, I think it'll be at least a couple thousand.
Yeah.
And it really depends too what gets dropped, because I mean, VeVe could throw us a wrench, right, and end up dropping a crazy collectible tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but next drop, and things go down a little bit. So we'll see. I did just purchase a secret rare. Made a huge purchase right there.
You bought that 990 one?
Yeah.
Go ahead. There we go.
I bought one right below it for a little bit better mint number.
Gotcha.
It's one secret rare that I wanted to lock in. So
yeah.
Woo! Totally agree. Thank you guys. I mean, if I'm buying a secret rare, I think it's going to be pretty valuable. I usually go for the original covers. I still have to get an original cover of this one. I will probably be making some sales this month just to get some more liquidity, because I do want to get a crazy. Oh, whew. All right. So anything below 428 mint numbers above 1,000. 428 is a 990. 597 mint. These are 3-digit commons. 597 mint's going for 650. The 809 mint number is 500. So 500 is still the lowest 3-digit common. Expensive one. If anybody else has any last second questions, I'll be going over them real quick. I mean, I wanted to, let Tyler have a chance to get ready for work and everything like that. So I know he's a busy guy. I'll be having him hop off in a minute. I'm going to be honest, just want a secret rare to flip for C3PO. Shout out to Austin Wilford. I mean, that's the thing, right?
I mean, in that case, it might be worth it, though, because you're going from one Star Wars thing to another. And
C3PO is the golden moment for Star Wars collectible.
It was the first Star Wars collectible, too. So, in that case, that might be worth it.
Yeah, I think that's a solid idea. Because C3PO, I think, and R2-D2 are going to do amazing.
Yeah.
First ever Star Wars collectibles. As we see, I expect the Star Wars drops in the future to kind of be like the Mickey Mouse NFT collection tab. We'll probably have a Star Wars collection tab. And so C3PO and R2-D2 will be in there. The same way the Disney Golden Moments are in there for the Mickey Mouse NFT collection. Is it in there? Let me check real quick. But I think in the future we will have a Star Wars tab. And I'm going to assume, even though the license is Disney Golden Moments, the R2-D2 and the C3PO may still be in the Star Wars tab as the first ever Star Wars NFTs.
I think they did that for Marvel. If you click on the Marvel one, the Iron Man and the Avengers logo show up in it.
Oh, okay, okay. Let me just check for the Mickey Mouse ones. Mickey Mouse NFT collection. Okay, so it's not in the Mickey Mouse ones. It's in the Marvel tab, though, right?
Yeah, I think if you click Marvel,
the Golden Moment, the Avengers Golden Moments. Yeah. And I think we're going to see the same thing with Star Wars. Yeah. So as Star Wars collection rolls out, I think it's going to be huge. I paid $1K for it, Austin. Probably a little bit over expensive. But I just wanted to lock one in as a secret rare of this collectible or this comic.
Term.
Yeah, in the short term. Just had to have it. Yeah. That's the way. Yeah, I said the same thing, Planet Profit. Pixar as multiple as Disney. Pixar has multiple. I think that's what you mean. Let's see the Pixar tab. Because Pixar is probably the same way. Pixar probably has the... You're right. Pizza Planet truck?
Maybe.
Yeah, it does. So
yeah.
Exactly. Super Shane. Pixar has the golden moments from the Pizza Planet truck, the Wall-E. Those are the first ever Pixar NFTs. So because of that, Johnny does, man, guys, smash that like button for my guy. Appreciate you big time. But because of that, same way the golden moments are in the Pixar tabs, I think those Star Wars golden moments will be in that Star Wars tab. So just imagine that. If Star Wars NFTs get rolled out, which we think it will, the collectible, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, all of them, right, eventually. Maybe in the short term, these first ones go down just because people need gems for the new ones. But after that drops, you can expect to pay a premium for the first ever Star Wars NFTs. So that's why I wish I did have duplicates. But I wanted to kind of spread it out a little bit, add to my collection. Have Star Wars Series 1 right now. Let's go. I think all the rarities will do great, man. I'm going to try to get every single one of these. I don't know if I'll be able to in the short term. But
that ultra rare cover is tough.
Right?
That Vader cover is so tough.
The ultra rares at 254. The rare never before seen artworks at 83. The uncommon movie posters at 52, and the common is at 34. So I think we're going to wrap that up. I know my guy Tyler's a busy guy. He's got working a little bit. If there's any other questions, last second questions, feel free to add them in before we sign off. And also, kind of like what he talked about, made some great points today about possibly, could there be a secret rare drop today? Who knows? We don't know, but I mean, great speculation right there. Kind of had me even thinking like, ooh, don't go to the golf course too early. I've been usually saving my, golf time for the late night, hopping on the courses a little bit after everybody tees off, but we'll see what happens today. I think I may stick around for 3 p.m. Eastern time, just in case. Let me know in the chat too, before I sign off. Or if you guys don't have any other questions, that's fine too. What do you guys think? I'm going to ask you, Tyler, instead of the chat. If chat, you can put it in there too. But if you had to predict the next collectible drop, what do you think it's going to be? All predictions. I mean, nothing is obviously for certain. Do you think it's going to be like the lightsabers you talked about? Do you think it's going to be a character from Star Wars? I think also, maybe I asked this before, but I know you touched on the vehicles too.
Well, in my thinking, if they don't do another drop today, the next drop won't be a Star Wars drop.
Oh, okay.
I think that
Doctor Strange could be.
It could be, yeah. It could be like another one of those, like I said before, like a Moon Knight, but with Doctor Strange. Or it can be something we've never even heard of. That's the great part about this company is like they have so many different people and so many different artists and people come and wanting to be on this app. Like when the most recent artist came on with his retrospective,
Patrick Hughes.
Never heard of him. Never seen any of this stuff. And then I Google him and I'm looking at like 6-digit like art figure sales, and I'm
crazy.
Like, and I'm just like,
I saw one go for 300,000.
Like, yeah. I was like, this guy wants to do digital art now. Like, this is impressive. Like, we're on a ride, guys. Like, sit tight.
Absolutely. and the other thing I want to say that is to, it's going to come to a point where if you're not on the VeVe app, you're going to be missing out on all the promotion, all the marketing, because it's tied with the biggest brands in the world. What kind of independent artist would not want to be on the VeVe app with all these brands? And we just got a new announcement tweet from VeVe. The first appearance of Doctor Strange, Marvel Strange Tales number 110 features VeVe exclusive rare and ultra rare covers. So we have a Friday drop, 11 a.m. We got Doctor Strange first appearance.
I'll be watching Comics and Crypto on that one.
Shout out to Comics and Crypto.
Older cell, baby.
Shout out to Sleeping Comics. Sleeping Comics is another great one too. Peace out, Austin. Austin's thinking Darth Vader. Oh man, if we do, that'd be insane.
Gold Darth Vader secret drop, maybe.
Richard H is thinking maybe another Disney drop, Pixar, Mickey Friends, maybe. Who knows? JT got a rare. Let's go, another rare brother right there.
There we go.
Darther, another comic. With all that said, guys, I think we're gonna be signing out. Appreciate you guys big time for tuning in. Had a great time. Hopefully, you guys had a great time meeting Tyler. Tyler, hopefully you had a great time meeting the fam.
Get the nerves all out. Maybe hopefully I'll be back for some future videos.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I know what didn't really plan out as we expected. I kind of wanted to have him on pre-drop, but couldn't get the Wi-Fi and we couldn't play around with games on a Star Wars drop. So I think you'll be seeing him on the stream a lot more for drops in the future. So appreciate you guys big time. We got Doctor Strange dropping soon. So we don't have the Medium article just yet on that. Yeah, the Medium article's not out yet. I'm sure it's going to be dropping probably tomorrow. I'll definitely put out the announcements for that. Jar Jar Banks golden moment. I know a lot of people are getting kind of,
so funny.
a lot of memes and, a lot of trolling with this one, but we'll see what happens. Appreciate you guys big time. Tyler, did you have a good time?
I had a great time. Thanks for having me on here, buddy. It's
awesome.
Been awesome.
With all that said, we're going to be signing out, guys. Appreciate you all for tuning in. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.